What up? What up? What up, world? We're back. I'm Anthony, aka Rasta. Let's get right. Fantasy Network. I'm here with Mike on a Friday. What up, Classic? How you doing?
Good, man. Glad to be back. I know we kind of took a week off last week. We all had some stuff to deal with,
We're
but
going through it,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but we're
We,
back
we,
here.
we
We're
had a
back
rough
here.
week.
It was rough, but we're here for you guys this week, man. We're gonna get to it, man. Friday show, as we all know, it's the start sit show. Um, Hopefully we'll get out of here, quickly, not too quickly, but just in the right amount of time. We're gonna get through, answer your guys' questions, of course. So make sure you fire those off in the chat. For those of you who are new here and coming across us, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And join the community. Hit that description. Come down, join our sleeper app, our channel there. Start, bunch of stuff you can do in there, and we'll get to it throughout the show. Um, Also, our website, getrightff.com. We have our articles, our rankings. It's all there for you guys. So if you want to know where we're at on guys, get in there and you can check it out, see where we're at. Um, so yeah, man. So week 14, we're here into the road for some of us. We were just kind of talking about it offline. Depending on your league, 4 team, 6 team, 8 team playoffs, depending on how that all works. Some of us are coming to an end, some of us are clinched, but some of us are in that win or go home mode. You got to win out, win these next 2 games to get in. So these are it's crunch time, man.
Yeah.
Crunch time, man. Time to roll up
Nah.
time to roll up those sleeves.
Hell
um
yeah.
so so let's do it, dude. We got 4 teams on a bye this week. Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, Indianapolis Colts, and the Philadelphia Eagles. So we're going to break down the games here today. We're going to go through the start sits, let you guys know where we're at, get you updated on all the injuries, everything that's going on. If you would have told me week 14 was going to be here and, the top the top 10 list is insane. If you would have told me this at draft time, I
Oh
wouldn't have
yeah, for
believed you.
sure.
But we're gonna get through it, man. So let's do it. We got Dylan Cassidy in the house, saying he's first here again. Nice and early to the show. We got Dustin in the house. What's up, Dustin?
What
You
up,
always
Dust?
know if you can come on, come join us. And Dim Boys is in the house. What's up,
What up,
Dim
them
Boys?
boys?
OG, triple OG, one of the ambassadors in the house tonight. Um, so let's get to it, man. Um, you know, Obviously, got to get to this first.
Yeah.
You know, gotta. I'm sure we all know now.
Yeah.
Sending out, our condolences there to the Thomas family.
Yeah.
33 years old, Demarius Thomas. Obviously, a big time component of that championship team with Peyton Manning. Crazy to hear. Looks like he
Yeah.
had, he was suffering from seizures, had a seizure at
Oh
home,
wow.
and so he was unfortunately found passed away in his home. So
That's sad.
definitely just shakes the world, man. So just kind of lets you know, man. 33 years old. You and I are past that.
Yeah.
Now. So I couldn't imagine, man. So just again, we give our thoughts and prayers out to the families there and everyone that affects. With that said, it's only fitting. Shout out to Magoats, one of the other Get Right ambassadors out here. Um, you could find his interesting facts of the day. Like I said, only fitting that he started out with Demarius Thomas today. Finished his career third in receptions, second receiving yards, second receiving touchdowns all time for the Denver Broncos. So he said maybe not an all time great, but
Yeah.
we're sure we'll see his number 88 hanging at Empower Field. So again,
Yeah.
just our thoughts go out to the families.
Yeah. He was a giant at one point too, I think.
Yeah, kind of bounced around there a little bit at the end. I think he went to the Jets too for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I remember that we were still drafting him thinking he was going to be that guy, and
Yeah.
he was good.
He was a good
Um,
receiver. I like him.
yeah, 33. So, there we go. So,
Yeah.
moving on here. Let's talk about some football here. Thursday night recap. Pittsburgh Steelers, Minnesota Vikings. Break it down, Mike. I'm sure they're tired of hearing me talk already. So you go ahead. Tell me how what a game.
Yeah, I mean, it was such I mean, these were the two teams that either tied or lost to the Lions. So I don't think a lot of people were like really, thinking this was going to be a crazy, game. And honestly, I mean, it ended up Minnesota was manhandling them for the first half, 29-0 lead. I mean, defense all over Ben, shutting everybody down. If you had Harris or, Najee or Deontay Johnson or Ben, like any of those guys, you pretty much at the half, you're like, "Oh, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm done. This week's over." And you probably turned off the TV. Well, that was a mistake because right after the first half, they just started the game momentum somehow. And then, this was one of Ben's best games to end it. Like 30 points in our listener league, I saw, and, Najee with 25, and, Dalvin Cook getting
There
almost
you
close
go.
to, didn't he get almost close to 200 yards and 2 touchdowns? I mean,
205 and 2 touchdowns
oh, wow.
with his
And
arm in
then,
that harness.
oh yeah, and then you had Justin Jefferson doing well like always, and then if you were one of those players or one of those managers like myself that ended up picking up KJ Osborne and playing him this week, you lucked out on this little deep, touchdown that he
Not
ended up
little.
getting. And
62 yards.
hey, man, it was
It was
one
a
of those
man's
things,
touchdown.
man. It was amazing to watch the end of that game. I mean, the first half was just manhandling. Like it, I had Minnesota's defense and I dropped them for the Saints this week, and I sat there and I'm like, oh, why did I do this? And I mean, granted, at the end of the day, they only got 6 points, but you sat there and you were just like, wow. And they just keep penalties killed them throughout the
Mhm.
game. And and a lot of them were unnecessary, and a lot of, dude, the freaking end of the game for the Steelers, they could have won that game if Claypool didn't do his, like, just hand the ball off, bro. Like,
they
hand the
they
ball. Like,
teach him that young.
yeah, well, you know what? It almost screwed it did screw your team in a way, but at the same time, you went down and had one throw that went right to Fairmouth. Harrison Smith knocked that thing out. It was a beautiful play. Little disappointed that, I had Fairmouth on my bench, for Dawson Knox this week, but I was just like, I was just in shock when I saw that play. And after the game, he's blaming his center or guard or whoever came up to try to get the ball from him, being like, "What the hell? You were trying, dude." Like, this is what happens in 2-minute drill. Like, don't show off. Just give the ball and run. Like, it made no sense. So
Was that a half a F word I heard there? Put him down for a half, then
I
boys.
didn't I didn't
Get
say
get
anything.
get the notebook out, rewind the tape, let us know if you heard that. That's at least a half of one there.
I'll give it a
But
half.
yeah, man, it was a crazy game. I was of course playing Ben in one league, and
Yeah, I played Ben.
I had Deontay in another league. Wasn't looking good, like you said, and
I was playing Harris and
yep.
Deontay, and I was like, "Oh, this is great! I'm doing so well." I had, KJ Osborne just went for the touchdown. I'm like, "Yes, I have it!" And then all of a sudden, 24 points or 25 or whatever, Najee got, and then Deontay ended up just doing his stat line. I'm like, "Ugh," I was just disappointed.
Yeah, it was a brutal game.
Yeah,
Um, Very interesting though.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
That's why we like football, man. It was actually a pretty entertaining Thursday night game. I'm not gonna lie. Again, looked terrible early, but came through in the end. If you stayed through it, so that's why you always watch. So here it is, man. So let's get down and breaking down these games. So we have 7 games in the 10 a.m. hour, 1 o'clock for you East Coast folks. That's so late to start watching football. I don't know what I would do with myself that early. Um, let's see. Baltimore Ravens, 8-4 at the Cleveland Browns, 6-6. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Do I have this correct? The Browns are favored by 2.5?
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns over the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. I can double
Interesting.
check, but I'm pretty sure it said
40
Cleveland when I did it.
42.5 point over under. Looks like it's actually, I see the line now on PFF at 3 for Cleveland.
Huh?
Got even bigger.
I was going to say I did this afternoon, so
Yeah, no, so that's interesting. So tell us why, man. Break it down.
yeah. I mean,
what are we seeing here? What are you seeing that I'm not seeing here?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, the Ravens are coming off a close loss to the Steelers last week. The Browns are coming off their bye, so I mean that's probably a little bit that has to do with it. This is the second time they're seeing each other in the last few weeks. I mean, they played each other no more than 3 weeks ago. There are no really major injuries to speak of in this game. Which is another reason why it's probably going up a tad, just because of that. Maybe the weather's going to be good in Cleveland. I don't know. I have no idea why, it keeps going up a little bit. For this game, you're definitely going to be starting Lamar. I wouldn't start Baker unless you're in a 2 QB league. I mean, that's just not someone I'm touching. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Devontae Freeman. Those are the 3 running backs I'm playing from both teams. I'm not playing Latavius Murray. Just don't trust him. There's just no point in playing him. For wide receivers, I'm playing Marquise Brown. I mean, he did very well. Last time they faced off, and Jarvis Landry. I mean, they both. Landry had, I think it was 6 receptions off 10 targets last game versus Baltimore. So, I feel a little comfortable with him since he's healthy. And tight ends, I'm only starting, Mark Andrews. There's no reason to start Austin Hooper in this matchup. So, those are the guys I'm playing.
I think I agree with most of what you said there, except for Hooper. I think he's not that bad of a streamer this week.
Okay.
Again, I don't know why. I just have one of those little feelings. I might fire him up in DFS, just kind of one of those little plays.
Because Harrison Bryant's out?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, just I don't know. It's just like one of those things where I'm just kind of like looking through, just kind of seeing where I could get some value, and for whatever reason, that matchup jumps off. I'll have to maybe look in some stats and maybe see why. I must have come across something that has it kind of jumping off the page to me a little bit. So there has to be something down in those recesses that are there. So
it's just hard for me to trust. I mean, he hasn't really been doing anything lately. I mean, he's what? I don't know, tight end 20 at this point. I mean, he really hasn't done. Oh, it's because he's probably one of the top available guys to pick up in any league at this point. You know,
just as far as like one of those streamers.
So the last time they played Baltimore was week 12, which was 2 weeks ago. He had 0 points in that game.
Yeah.
So for me, no. The most points he's had all year is 10 in a half PPR league. And the most targets he's had
7. Maybe that's why. I mean, it was Detroit, but I'm just,
it's Detroit. And he had 7 targets. He's had one. Yeah. He's had 2 touchdowns on the year. He's not worth my time.
Yeah, I mean, he's due. I'm just saying. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's probably better options out there.
Well,
but
and yeah, them boys.
I had to make a little bit out of the segment.
True. No, but them boys is right. I mean, he's the only healthy tight end on the roster. Harrison Bryant's hurt at this point. Njoku's out for. I don't remember if he's on IR or not. But he's out this week. No, he is on IR. So, he's the only healthy tight end, so that makes sense. But
maybe that's why. Like I said, there was something there that had that going off to me, and I was like, I had it in my head that he was one of my DFS targets. So
yeah, just not doing it.
I better not see you play him on Sunday in our league because I think.
In DFS? Nah.
Yeah. All right. Good. So, just kidding. I'm going Kittle. All right. So let's. Oh, here we go. Let's get caught up in the chat here. Them boys are saying there's no such thing as a half F.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Classic. Commit to it, man. Just commit to that.
What's
up, Jay Media? One of my Niners brethren in here. He's saying, "What's up, guys? My turn to feel a little sick this week, so he's feeling a little down. We appreciate you listening.
We'll try to bring you up.
Hopefully, you got a bowl of chicken soup or whatever it is of your choice. Maybe a
Chicken soup.
little hot toddy, something like that. Get yourself feeling right. Take care of yourself. I'm sure you can kind of hear it in my voice a little bit. I'm still not 100, but I'm working on it, man. I'm working
Yeah,
on
me too.
it. Them boys are saying it's just 3 points for the home field, so really it's just a pick 'em.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I still think that's interesting. Um, Either way, I mean, I just thought it was interesting. So Dim Boys is telling J Media to feel better. All the love here at Get Right, man. I love it. We got
Ooh, this is a tough question.
yeah. So let's get into our first question of the night. Julio Jones, who we have coming back. Ooh, it'd be perfect if that's our next game. It is.
Yeah,
Look at
it is. I
that.
was just gonna say, good
Look at that.
segue.
Hey, good segue, J Media. It's like we asked you to ask that or something. Julio Jones versus Jacksonville or DJ Moore versus Atlanta.
Yeah.
Shout out. Hold on. I just want to give a shout out to J Media. He knows how to get his question answered immediately. He puts the matchup right in there so we don't even have to go look or think about it.
I
It's
love
just
it.
like, here it is. The only thing better would have been PPR, non
PPR.
PPR,
Yeah.
just a little designation. But what are you thinking here, man? Interesting question here. You know me, these are two
I
guys
don't
that
like either.
would never find a spot on my roster. So I
Yeah.
would never come across this conversation, at least this year. But where are you at? How you feeling, Julio or
I mean,
DJ?
if this was week one, I would love to have DJ Moore back on my team. But this time of year and with what the Panthers are doing, having Cam Newton behind center, maybe playing PJ Walker. I mean, I, I just don't know what to do with this. J Media is saying this is all PPR, so that's fine. I mean, even if it is all PPR, Julio is probably going to be activated. We'll get into that in a sec. But at the same time, is he worth playing, in my opinion? But in this case, I feel a little bit safer with the number one option on a team, even though he's, it's just so hard because would I rather have a target from Tannehill or from Cam Newton? And honestly, I'd rather have one from Tannehill, which is
Yeah.
sad to say.
And who would you
And
rather have running around? Well, that's a tougher question.
that's the point.
Yeah.
And then the next question to me is who's going to be in the game for the whole game? Because for me, Julio Jones, I only see playing like two quarters or, half of one and, a half of another. Like I don't see this happening. Like that's what makes this question very difficult for me. And
Mhm.
honestly, I'm leaning more towards DJ Moore just because he's healthy. He's coming out of the bye. They had a couple weeks to work with Cam. I feel a little bit more comfortable with DJ Moore than I do with Julio Jones. So
Yeah.
I'm going DJ Moore.
That's tough, man.
It's tough.
Looks
Yeah.
like them boys is with you saying DJ Moore.
Yeah.
J Media is saying, this one is a real pickle. And
Yeah.
I'm
I
kind of
need a
leaning
week.
more towards this like them boys too. Before I throw Julio in a lineup, I gotta see him get through a whole game.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Especially if you're in a winner go home type situation. Give me the guy
Oh
who's at
yeah.
least healthy and like you said, has a greater chance of making it through the game. Completely. So again, if there was a time to play him though, he was on IR. It's not like he's just trying to gut it out. Didn't have any setbacks this week or anything like that. They said he's
Yet.
looking good.
Key term
But
yet.
yeah, again, he could just go out there and boom, pulls it again and that's it. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I just had to check my rankings just to make sure I had DJ Moore at 23 and I have Julio at 27. So it's close and
Julio will probably be in the 30s for me.
I'll probably end up dropping him a little bit, but I have guys like Cooks, Marquise Brown, Judy, Elijah Moore, Kirk, Ayuk, Landry, Gallup,
Yeah.
Boyd, Sutton's, So it's
I
just,
mean, he's the
it's
only
just
game in town, so I understand where this is. It's
yeah,
either
it's
him or Nick Westbrook.
who
Or
I kind of like. I kind of have to start him this week. So I
who?
think that's why I
Julio?
like him. No, Nick Westbrook.
Oh, okay.
I feel a little more comfortable with that start with Julio there because
I
at least they're
agree.
gonna, you know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
why I'm kind of like, oh, I like that start. So I have Westbrook right now at 41. I'll probably move him up here a little bit.
Yeah.
And with that said, let's just continue breaking down that game. Jacksonville Jaguars, 2-10 at Tennessee Titans, 8-4. We just, discussed obviously a lot of the situations there in the wide receivers. But let us know what else is going on in this game. More so the running back position and
Yeah.
what's going on there.
Yeah, I mean, right now Jacksonville's coming off a really bad loss, to the Rams, and Titans are coming off their bye. So, the only big injury for the Jaguars right now is Brandon Linder. I think he's their Pro Bowl center. He's either a center or a guard. It doesn't matter. He's a Pro Bowler, lineman he's going to be a notable guy that's going to be out for this particular game. James Robinson was on the injury report all week, but he's currently, right now, he doesn't have an injury tag, so he's healthy. He had a full practice. So apparently, what they're doing is he's getting a limited on Wednesday, or not practicing at all. And apparently, from Urban Meyer, he will not practice Thursday at all for the rest of the season, and then comes back on Friday, because that's just how their practice schedule is, which is really odd. No one else has that, by the way. So it's just really odd seeing that week to week. So he's going to probably be listed as questionable for most weeks. So just be aware of that. But barring setback, he's going to be playing in this game. This is a tough thing to discuss, because a lot of people are wondering, like, he was benched. There was a whole conversation about this, afterwards. He played, like, I think 3 or 4 plays in the last 2 minutes of the game. Like, why are, I don't understand it, honestly. Like,
Didn't we hear something about Trevor Lawrence coming out talking about we need to have James Robinson on the field?
did
I
he?
I
Because
think
if
I
he
heard
did, I'm
something about
hoping
that.
that's the case.
Yeah, so
Well,
I think I heard that, so you guys could check me on that.
yeah.
But I think I heard a report on that.
I heard the
So
report. The one report I saw that I got to watch an interview with James Robinson after that game, and they were sitting there. They were telling him, like, dude, like, we saw that you weren't you were off the field for, the fumble. And then, because he fumbled within, like, the first 2 plays, and then he's out for 20 plus plays, and then in for the last leg of the game. And they asked him, like, was that part of game script, so on and so forth, or, what did you think it was? He said it was a benching. Like, for him, he came out and said, like, this was a benching, and he just didn't understand it. He said he was standing there waiting to go in, and they just didn't put him back in. So it is what it is. I think hopefully this is a game where they can just go
I
and,
found it.
yeah, Den Boy said he said that.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so here's the quote just real quick. Lawrence said of Robinson's recent benching, and this is via NFL.com, via ESPN. Bottom line is James is one of our best players, and he's got to be on the field, and we addressed it, and I feel like we're in a good spot, and the whole team, we're good. Whatever may have happened, I honestly don't even know everything that went into it. I'm playing the game and stuff happens on the sideline with coaching decisions. I don't really get into that, but I know I voiced my opinion. James is one of our best players, and he's got to be in the game. I
Yeah.
think we're all on the same page, so there's no confusion there. We're going to move forward. I know James is a hell of a player, so I want him out there.
Good.
And
Well, and
end
Den
quote.
Boys, yeah, I agree with what Den Boys is saying, in, his next comment, that they're going to basically feed him this week. So I feel comfortable with him this week. He's going to be someone I'm definitely starting regardless. I didn't play him last week. I actually started Sony Michelle over him, which was a great move on my part. I was very lucky, to have that happen, even though, Darrell Henderson was active, so it was just crazy, because I saw him fumble and I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't play him, but I didn't
Mhm.
think he'd be out for the full game. So I thought that was a very odd, thing to see. Um, Injuries otherwise for these teams, the Titans, like I said, they're getting back Julio Jones, who's being activated most likely on Saturday. So just keep an eye out for reports for that. QBs, I'm not starting either one. Like, I don't want to start Tannehill. I don't want to start. I don't want to start Trevor Lawrence. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go Ryan Tannehill, but I really don't want to. Running backs, I'm starting James Robinson. I'm starting Deontay Foreman, and I'm starting Dontrell Hilliard. I think they're both great options for the Titans. I think they finally found a way to kind of get them all involved. So I'm okay with playing those guys.
Foreman or Hilliard? Foreman or Hilliard?
Who am I starting? PPR league going Hilliard. Standard league, I'd go Foreman.
Okay.
Yeah, just the way that they use them. But Hilliard's not a bad option. I like Hilliard a tad more than I do Foreman, but Foreman's going to get the volume. So, like I said, it's really one half dozen of the other, you know?
Exactly.
Um,
Go ahead.
no, and then wide receivers. I mean, it's hard to trust anyone from either team. I mean, Julio, if he plays, isn't a horrible option going against Jacksonville. So, but you're kind of in the boat where, like we were talking about before, is he going to play the whole game? Like, if he plays the whole game, then I'm okay with it. But I think I'm going to wait another week for him. He's definitely on the lower end of the wide receivers, like wide receiver 4 at least. I don't think Marvin Jones is a terrible option, but he's more in the wide receiver, low end of wide receiver 3s that I'd play.
Jones or Julio?
I'd play Jones just
Wow.
because he's more, he's
Julio
just
or Gage?
Gage.
Julio or Christian Kirk?
Julio, unfortunately.
Julio or AJ Green?
AJ Green.
Julio or Valdez Scantling?
Valdez Scaling.
Ooh, okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
That's the hard part, man. Like it's the quarterback play and the particular person. You know what I mean? Like that's where the problem is. Nick Westbrook isn't a horrible option. I like him too. But he's more on like the wide receiver 4 spectrum. So if you have someone like that you want to, play that has like a really boomer bust type thing, if you really need a Hail Mary, they're not bad options. The only tight end that I would play in this game as well is James O'Shaughnessy. Like, honestly, he's not a horrible option, but I'd probably play him in DFS more than I'd play him in, regular, leagues. But he's not a horrible option. Trevor Lawrence tends to, do well with him, just, quick passes short. So he's not
Yeah.
horrible.
Last week against the Rams, he went 2 catches for 13 yards, but did see 6 targets. The week before that, he had 3 for 5 for 29 yards. Just the problem with starting Jacksonville right now is the fact, or starting anyone from Jacksonville right now, is just the fact that they don't really get scoring kind of opportunities.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing is, and what are we always looking for is touchdown upside, right?
Oh, of course.
We'd rather have a guy that gets a 1-yard touchdown that, has 10 carries for, 57 yards, you know. It's just one of those things. So, yeah. So otherwise, pretty bad game. I'm probably not going to spend being too much invested in this game, especially
No.
since all of my AJ Brown shares are gone. And we do, again, for all those AJ Brown owners out there, you are not going to have him week 15 either.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what the reports are coming out to see if he's going to be ready for week 16. And then do you even trust him in 16 or 17, when your championship's on the line, especially if you've gotten this far without him. So those will definitely be discussions we'll be having moving forward. And I'm one of those people in 2 of my main leagues. So we'll definitely be having that discussion. All right. So I think we spent enough time on that game. Let's move on here to the Las Vegas. Or hold on
Well, we
1
got
second.
Jamie.
We got a question here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, brother.
It's all good. Actually, before that, he said with McNichols back, I'm not touching the Titans running backs. They're all going to eat into each other. So just want to get that
it's
out
possible.
there.
Yeah.
Jamie Day says Julio or Manny Sanders.
I probably would go Emmanuel Sanders here.
I have to look at my rankings on that. Oof. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think
I would only do
going against Tampa Bay.
quarterback.
I really like Gabe Davis, and we'll get into that game a little bit later this week. So
I like Gabe Davis too.
I think I have Julio over him. So I think I go Julio over Manny Sanders this week. But I'll get back to that. Kirk leads the team in targets, second receptions, but you'd start Green over him.
Yeah, probably. I mean, honestly, it's hard because he's number 3 on the target. Like he's 3 in targets when Hopkins is there. like on the pecking order of who gets it with Ertz there, it kind of messes everything up as well. So for me, it's just hard to trust him at this point, in any shape, way, or form. Even though I dropped Kirk for Osborne this week just because that's who I was looking like. It just had a better matchup to me. So I don't know. I can't trust Kirk until one of the two of them are out because that's when he actually did well. When they're both in, he hasn't done well at all. So that's the only reason why it's hard to trust Kirk.
Yeah, I have Julio at 27 and Kirk at 32. And I have Manny Sanders all the way down at 47 this week for whatever reason for me. I probably need to move him up a little more. And like I said, I want to get Gabe Davis up a little more here as well too. But when you move guys up, it's hard moving other guys down. So let's see here. We got Ken Ruby in here. What's up, Ken?
What up, Ken?
Asking Gage or Valdez Scantling. So
I'd go Gage.
along those lines. I believe I
Nah,
go ahead.
no, I might go Valdez Scantling. Just a better matchup.
Okay. Just based on those 13 targets, if you're telling me he could get, 10 targets, double digit targets, I'll take my chances with Gage. Obviously, it's a better target quality coming from Aaron Rodgers. And, when Scantling is getting targeted, it's going to be a deep shot. It's not like he's just catching a 2-yard slant route, for the most part. If he catches it, it's usually going to be a big play. So um, I have Gage just a little bit higher.
Okay. I don't hate the Gage, answer. I like Gage,
And
but
I don't
I
even
think
like Matt Ryan. I'm
I
just
just I prefer Rodgers getting the ball and versus Chicago. I just like that matchup better.
and then boys is coming back actually saying he led the team in targets last week with
Yeah.
both of them healthy.
But leading in
So
targets and then leading in points are two different things. Like he might have had if I remember correct, he had like 7 targets, but he ended up finishing the day with like 3 points, I think it was. Hold on, let me double check my math here. I have to find him on my league, but more than likely, if that was what I remember, because I remember I looked at the stats before the end of the day, and I was just like, "There's just no way I can keep him on my team for the rest of the season." Yeah, he had 3 targets last week for 1 reception, so I don't know how he led the team in targets, but if Murray only threw it like twice, I mean, Murray wasn't really throwing much in that game, and he ran all over the place, against Chicago. So he had 3 targets. Yeah. So that's my whole point. Hopkins had the 1 catch for the touchdown, but he had 3 targets for 1. Then he had 5 for 2, 8 for 7, 6 for 6, 6 for 4, 5 for 4, 8 for 5. All those were during a time where there was at least one of the 2 that were out, and he was the number 2. So yeah, he threw it 11 times and he had 3 targets. I don't want to hear it. So you can't
that's
use
it's pretty good.
last
That's like
week's game.
25%. That's like more than 25% target share. I'll take that.
Well, you can't use last week's game because that game was just doo doo. So I'm not touching that stat. But all I'm trying to say is I just don't trust Kirk with all 3 of them there being that, he's completely right that this is like the running backs for any team that has 3. It's the same concept.
Yeah. It's a crapshoot, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have Dylan saying glad to be back in the streams. Been busy lately. So if we missed
Likewise.
last Friday, so we're happy just to be back here today, upright, being able to talk to all of you. So keep the questions and comments coming, guys. We appreciate it. Love the interaction. Um, and yeah, don't feel like you're derailing the show or anything like that, man. We love the interaction. So Dylan's saying he had Waller, Debo, CMC all get hurt in the same week, and now he's fighting for his life. Is Devonta Foreman looking like a good start this week in the
He's not
same
a
game we're still kind of on here?
he's not a bad start. I don't think he's a horrible option. He'll get volume against, the Jaguars. I don't see him as being a horrible, pick in my opinion. I mean, Debo is questionable to come back. It doesn't mean that he's not going to play, but if he plays, you want to play him. But the problem is that they play a later slate of games. Like he's in the 4 o'clock window. So you're not going to know about Debo until late. So you're either going to have to trust that Debo is going to be playing or get some type of report saying he's in, or you got to play Foreman. So, at this point, I'm playing Foreman and just, seeing what happens.
Yeah, I think I gotta move him down a couple spots here. I have Foreman right now at 19 and just my initial gut reaction. So
No.
there must be something there that I was liking. I have him ahead of guys like CEH, James Robinson, Kareem Hunt,
Wow. You have him above CEH?
Devonta Freeman, and
Wow.
Chuba this week. But again, it's just like I said, that's just my initial kind of, it's Friday, sitting back doing the rankings, just my initial reactions, just, stuff I was looking over. That's where he kind of fell. I'll dial it in more. Like I said, now that I'm kind of looking at it and talking about it, I'll probably move him probably down to like 22. But either way, I still have him in my top 24. So to me, I don't think he'll fall too far out of that given the landscape of running back this week. Like I said, if you would have told me who these running backs we were starting in week 14, man, I would have laughed at you um, during draft time. So that's where we're at. Shout out to Neanderthal. What's up, man?
What up, man?
Saying, let's see them likes, gentlemen. So, yeah, as he said, if you're in here, please hit that like button for us. Helps us out with the algorithms. We know you're probably here because you subscribed. If you're new and coming across the stream, hit that subscribe button for us. We're trying to grow the channel here. Help us get to 300. That's our next kind of little milestone we're at. We'll be giving away another t-shirt or maybe sweatshirt as the season. So help us get there. So we have a question here from Perry Williams. Just kind of went to a random question. Start Ricky Seals-Jones or Kyle Pitts. I have Goddard out. His RB2 is Hilliard Wilson Jr. I have Michelle out. So tight end first. You like
I might
Ricky Seals-Jones or Pitts against Carolina?
I wanted, like, my gut reaction is Pitts. I kind of like Ricky Seals-Jones just because of the matchup. Like, it's against Dallas.
It's funny.
It's a tough one.
As you're saying that, I remember when I was doing my rankings, I kind of kept moving Pitts down and down and
Yeah.
down. I settled them in at tight end 11 this week for me.
That's about where I'll have him.
Interestingly enough, that's one spot ahead of 12 spot Ricky Seals-Jones. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. And again, you can check it out, getrightff.com. We have our rankings up there. You can check it out for yourself. So appreciate that, Perry. Let us know if you have any more questions, fire them off. And we'll get in there. That's funny. All right, so let's see here. Drunk Squidward, what's up, man?
What up, Drunk?
If Elijah Moore doesn't play, is Van Jefferson or Jarvis Landry a start?
Yeah.
I like Jefferson far more than I like Jarvis Landry.
So you like Jefferson against Arizona?
I do. Interestingly enough, I think
I like
it's a
Landry.
Monday night game. He's boomer bust, man, and he's been putting up numbers, especially with Robert Woods out.
No, I agree.
He's I think Stanford feels a lot more comfortable with him than he does kind of OBJ at this point. Although that chemistry is growing.
It's
Don't
growing.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
They've connected on 2 nice touchdowns, so far. Again, I've been starting OBJ every week since he went in there. I had AJ Brown fall out, so he's been kind of stepping up and doing a nice job for me. But we'll see if it can continue, and I'm sure we'll get into that more in this game. But just long story longer, Van Jefferson over Jarvis for me. If Moore's out,
I'd probably go Landry, and it's only because of his floor. Like, he has a steady floor compared to Van Jefferson, who, yes, you're correct, he'll boom or bust. But the problem is the thing for me is, this time of year, I'm going for consistent. I want a guy that has a solid 5-6 floor that can can go above that. Landry to me is that type of player, that he's their main guy, main target. Humphreys is going to be out this, for the season. So they're down on corners. So I feel a lot more comfortable with the passing options in this game. So that's part of it as well. They're losing out on, Humphreys is a top 5 corner in the league. I'm okay with Landry going against guys like Smith and, anyone else Jimmy Smith's the lone man left that I think he can do well against anyway. So for me, Jarvis Landry is a lot more solid of a pick compared to Jefferson, who can go either way. I like it better. That's all.
Yeah, I have Van Jefferson at 25 and Landry at 34.
No,
That's
I would have.
good word.
I haven't done my rankings yet, but I would have probably Landry more towards the where you had Jefferson. I would probably have them flipped, in my opinion. Like
Okay. No, fair
that's just
enough.
probably where I'd have them.
So maybe there it is. Maybe that's how we split the difference. If
Yeah.
that's kind of how you and I play a little different. I like a lot of boom in my lineup.
No
I either
consistency.
to me, I go big or go home. Uh, just one way or the other. If you're not first, you're last, man. I'm trying to score as many points as I can. I'm trying to put a lineup out there that I'm not going to worry about what's the least they can do. I'm worrying about what's the most they can do. So I like that situation a lot better. I like that offense a lot better. So again, make a long story longer yet again. Jefferson over Landry. I apologize. And we'll
I
talk
do that
about it
too.
again later. So Ken Ruby, moving on, we digress. If Tony Pollard is out this week, which he should be with a torn plantar
Well,
fasciitis,
yeah, we'll see.
plantar
He's
fascia.
apparently a game time decision.
Yeah, I don't even understand, but we'll get into that a little later. If he's out this week, should I start Jeff Wilson or Rashad Penny? To me, it's Jeff Wilson, no
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. It's hard to start Penny with, the
I start
rotating
Wilson
running
even
backs.
if Pollard is starting or playing. He has a torn something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start Wilson. He's at least healthy right now.
I
And
agree.
he's in a run offense, so,
The
he
only
should
thing
get
is
20
that
catches.
Hasty's going to limit what he
20
does.
touches, not catches, touches. Yeah,
But
he'll get some
I'm
third
still
down
playing
work.
Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still playing though.
Alright. Um, let's see. Are we, caught up on these here?
Yeah, we're all good. Let's go
Alright,
to
perfect.
Vegas.
Let's do it. Alright, so moving on. Keep the questions coming, guys. Questions, comments, keep them firing off. So the next game we got here is gonna be the Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. We have the Raiders coming in 6-6. The Chiefs are 8-4. Again, they're playing so terrible, but yet they're still 8-4. They're favored by 10 in this game against the Raiders. I love to see it. Over under 48, rather low, for a Chiefs game. And the Raiders can put points on the board, but they do have a lot of injuries. Obviously, the big name Waller is out. I love Renfro in this matchup. But go ahead, I'll let you break it down, Mike. Tell me what's going on in this game.
Well, first I want to say, Ken, thanks for that. I really appreciate, saying great show. We do appreciate that. Hope you like and subscribe if you haven't already. So make sure you guys do that for those who are watching and haven't liked and subscribed to the video. But right now, we have the Raiders coming off a loss to the Washington football team. Chiefs coming off a really big win on Sunday night against their division rivals, the Denver Broncos. Big injury news is, like we said before, Darren Waller is going to be out once again. This injury looked bad when he went down on Thanksgiving. So this is something you're definitely going to have to keep an eye on going through the playoffs, and you might want to have a little bit of a backup. The Raiders are also going to be out Denzel Perryman, and that he's their lead linebacker. Like, this guy is a stud. He's been doing real well this year, and with him out and one of their other linebackers, Patrick, I'm just going to call him Patrick O because I can't get the last name. They're going to be out, and that's going to be a big deal. The Chiefs are basically healthy, honestly. So no notable players with tags, nothing. So QBs, I'm starting Mahomes. I'm not going to start Carr, unless you're in a 2 QB league and you need to.
Right.
If you have to, you have to. But if you're playing 1 QB, I'm not touching them. Running backs, you're going to start CEH and Darrell Williams without a problem. I think they're going to do fine. I think they're both good options to play just because Darrell's involved with the passing game. CEH is involved, all around with the volume. And you can also play Josh Jacobs. I mean, the Chiefs are still a little bit stingy. They're not that great against the pass or against the run. And Kendrick Drake, Kenyon Drake is also out on IR. So you only have Peyton Barber behind him. So for me, I think that's more than enough to play someone like Jacobs. So we have Zach Free here asking Jacobs, Freeman, Chubb, Darrell Williams start 2 running backs. Now, for this question, Hub is a
Chubb
start.
Yeah, that's your one.
Yeah, you're definitely going to start him, even though he had a rough week last time against Baltimore. But out
Re-
of the rest,
record this, Jacobs.
I'm going to say, yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to say
I
Jacobs
never
as
say
well.
that. I never
Yeah,
say that.
I'm going to say Jacobs as well. He's the best option out of all of those guys. I mean, not Chubb, but all the rest that were there. So I'm definitely going Jacobs and Chubb for that. So
Yeah, Kenyon
hope that's
Drake's
helpful.
out. No Jalen Richard.
Yeah,
Jacob should have a good game. Just hope he stays healthy through it. And
yeah,
interestingly enough, all four of those running backs, each of those guys are playing each other.
yeah,
You got Darrell Williams playing Josh Jacobs, and you got Freeman playing Chubb. So
yeah.
I hate playing this two running backs, like the opposing running backs in each game. It's just the
Yeah,
weirdest
me
thing.
too.
Yeah.
It's always annoying, but it is what it is. Wide receivers, I think this is, a get right game for
Hey,
yeah, right.
I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
use that a couple more times.
There
For
we go.
Tyreek Hill, I think that's I think this week is gonna be a big one. The Raiders tend to play single high safety, which is, what a lot of teams have been doing lately, and why he's been having a little bit of a rough time is because teams are playing this cover two
Cover two
shell,
shell. Yeah.
and it makes it where they have to keep Hill underneath. So I feel like this is going to be a little bit different unless they adjust, which I don't see that happening. They are down a couple corners as well, or D-backs in general. So I don't think that's going to happen for this game. So, and isn't Gus Bradley there, or no, not Gus Bradley. Who's their defensive coordinator? Some guy that's been in the league forever. That just, I don't see him changing the way he does things. So, Tyreek Hill's a good option. I don't see Harmon, Pringle or Robinson being a good option. They're all crapshoot in my opinion. So pick whoever you want if you want to play them, but I wouldn't play them at all. On the Raiders side, I'm using Hunter Renfro. He's a weekly starter in my opinion. He's mid-range wide receiver 2 with low end wide receiver 1 upside, and especially in PPR leagues.
Nailed it.
So, huh?
Nailed that analysis right there.
Oh
Nailed
yeah,
it. Nailed
that's
it.
just who he is. Like honestly, he's every week starter. I'm a little disappointed in myself that I didn't pick him up earlier. He's a great option. If you're really short with the bye weeks, I mean, there's 4 teams out. You might need somebody. Zay Jones isn't a horrible option. I don't see him, doing great stuff, but he's a low end flex, maybe wide receiver 4 conversation. He might be worth it, but he feels a little bit more like a DFS play than he would be a weekly play. Desean Jackson, I mean, that's another guy that's kind of right up there with this. They're both kind of the same player in my opinion. Tight end, you can definitely start Travis Kelce, of course. You're never not going to. And you got Foster Moreau. I mean, Foster Moreau he's good one week, horrible another, okay next week, and then he just falls off the face of the earth. Just if you're going to use him, it's more like DFS. Don't use him in normal, 10 team, 12 team, 14 team, unless you have to for this game. So,
Yeah.
not
Well
much
said.
else to say about that.
Yeah, no. Well said. Well covered. I added my stuff in there as we went along. And I think he hit, like I said, a lot of that stuff
Oh,
nail
I
on the
love
head.
Hunter Renfro.
I kind of do like him too. And interestingly enough, look at Dustin's chiming in saying Antling and Jacobs and trusting Matt Ryan.
I know, it's
Must
so
be
weird. I
what's
hope
going
you're
on.
recording of this stuff.
That's why I said what's going on. Put the recorder on. Who knows? Maybe it was, I don't know what's going on with me today. J Media saying Jeff Wilson time.
Oh
Jeff
yeah.
Wilson Jr. time. We'll get to that. That Niner breakdown is coming up for sure. He's saying I can't wait to hear about that Niner game breakdown. We will get there, my guy.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Who else we have in here? Just getting caught up on the chats in here. Drunk Squidward's asking how's Elijah Moore looking? Is it game time? We'll get into that when we do the
That's
Jets
actually next.
breakdown. Oh, see, perfect segue. You guys
Yeah.
are on it
You know
tonight.
what they're
So
doing?
we'll
I
get
think they
there.
figured out where we got our stuff from, and they're actually asking questions on it. And if
Going
they
right
are,
around.
good for them.
Awesome. So you guys are nailing it right now. But in Dem Boys is chiming in saying Renfro has been wide receiver 12 over the last 5 weeks. And that's what we said. That's at low end wide receiver
Yeah.
1 upside. That's why I said you nailed it on the
Yeah.
head. We're all pretty much in agreement there. Ken Ruby's chiming in saying Elijah Moore will be game time decision. But
Yeah.
any Jets player that's missed 3 practices is not into the game that week, so it's not looking good. So
Yeah.
with that said,
Yeah.
let's get into it. We have the New Orleans Saints coming in at 5-3 to the New York Football Jets
Ew.
3-9.
Come on.
I
I got offered
I
free
I
tickets to go
missed
see
that.
the. I
I
got free.
missed it. Missed you last
I'm
week.
gonna say this one real quick because you're going over it now.
Go ahead.
I got offered free Jets tickets, box seats on the 50-yard line, and I didn't take them.
Turned him down. Like a true Giants fan. I love it, Mike. Stay true.
Oh no, I'd be the weirdo. Like I'd be a lame
Rocking
from
the
Seinfeld,
Giants.
walking in with the Giants jersey. Like even though it's not, no, they're not playing that day. Like or nah, not
That's
doing
the
it.
best. That's the best. Shout out to the guy wearing his own team jersey to a game that's not at that game. So I love those folks.
Okay.
So anyway, we digress. New York Jets.
Sorry, I had to say that.
No, it's probably the most exciting part about this game.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
3-9. Jets coming in here. Saints are favored by 5.5, and that's should tell you something. 43-point over under. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, I mean the Saints are coming off a tough loss to the Cowboys on Thursday night. As the Jets are coming off a loss to Gardner Minshew and the Eagles. So the Saints are, they're going to be short again on the offensive side of the ball. They got Ty Montgomery, Mark Ingram. They're both on the COVID list. The only good news out of this is Alvin Kamara is coming back, so he'll be coming back after a 4-week, being off on injury to his knee. Taysom Hill looks like he's going to be a go, so he'll be ready to go even with that finger. Unfortunately, they're going to be losing Ryan Ramczyk, their Pro Bowl right guard or right tackle. It doesn't look like he'll be playing in this game. He's out. That's tough. That's a big loss for them on their right side. Hopefully they'll have Tyron Armstead, who is their left tackle, who's been in and out of the lineup the last few weeks. So hopefully that does well as well. But unfortunately, the Jets aren't doing well with injuries as well. So it's kind of, they're both kind of banged up. The Jets are going to have Tevin Coleman. He's going to be out due to, concussion. You also have Michael Carter, who's still on IR. He'll be out as well. Corey Davis is out for the year. Also, Elijah Moore, like we said before, he's been banged up with a quad injury. He's been listed as questionable and hasn't practiced all week. I don't see him playing. It looks like he's on the other side of questionable. I think the only thing that's even a maybe is the fact that this is a home game. I think if this was an away game, he wouldn't be playing at all. So QBs wise, I think I'm going to make this a lot easier. There's only 2 people I'm playing in this game: Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara. Actually, I'll make it 3 just to make it fun. What's his name? I get his name wrong all the time. Smith.
All right.
Traquan. There we go. Traquan Smith.
Yeah, well, especially with Harris being out as well too. We all know suspended 3 games. Go ahead.
Who? Oh, Harris. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Either way, that's it.
Any of those.
Like literally, that's the only 3 players I'm playing. The running backs, you can't start Ty Johnson or Austin Walker. Like those are the 2 guys that they have, and the Saints have one of the best rush defenses in the league, and they have nobody out on defense. Not worth my time. Like I'm not touching anybody. It's just not happening. So.
Yeah, who else can throw 4 picks in a game, look terrible as a passer, and still
20
end up scoring?
points? He had 24 points.
In my leagues, he scored almost 30 points. So
it doesn't make any sense. Like it makes no sense. The guy threw 4 picks or had 4 different, things that would cost turnovers. Him ridiculous amount of points taken off.
So even if you take away half of those turnovers, he's scoring over 30.
And he rushed for 100 plus, which is insane. That 100 plus gets taken away. He literally only got 20% of what he rushed, which is insane.
Outrageous. So
it really is. It's incredible. But either way, Taysom and Kamara are the only 2 I'm playing. Maybe, Traquan Smith, just because if you need a receiver, it's not a horrible option. But I'm not playing any Jets. I'm not touching anybody. I'm not touching Zach Wilson. I'm not touching, like I said, Austin Walker, Ty Johnson. Like, I'm not touching any of these guys. I'm not touching Denzel Mims. I'm like
And
none
more
of these
so,
guys.
and that's why. I mean, normally,
Even
okay, if he's getting, the touches, but it's going up against the New Orleans rush defense, and
yeah.
they're going to be hellacious. They're going to try to get a
Jamison
shutout.
Crowder,
So,
maybe. Like Jamison Crowder's the only guy in this whole list of people that I might touch as a very low end flex option in like a 14 team league. Otherwise, I'm not touching them.
yeah. So, I don't have anything else to add on that game.
Yeah,
We can put
this
a
game
bookmark in
is
that one. I
doo-doo.
probably won't even watch it. I hope they don't show it much on Red Zone.
Oh, they probably
And
will,
it's going to be
unfortunately.
tough watching the game film once it's over too. So, try to get through that one as quick as I can.
This one too.
So Sufyan Malik, what's up, man? Sorry, I saw your question here. I didn't want to get past it up. I see you're still here with us, and have a couple other questions down below. So we'll get to those now. He says Freeman or Michelle at the flex,
Ooh,
and Cooks or AJ Green at wide receivers. So
this is a
obviously
great
we're
question.
assuming Michelle. Is this? Give me the answer: Freeman or Michelle with Henderson and without Henderson, and if it differs.
With Henderson, I'm going like if we know for an absolute fact that Henderson's taking the
If he's active, just like last week.
no,
He's
but
active.
see, I can't take that because they
No,
said
I'm
I
just
was
gonna say,
gonna
let's say he's active, right?
Ah,
So do you? That's what I'm saying. So we can only go off of two things:
yeah,
active or inactive, and that was this decision we had to make last week.
and I did, but
I fired Sony Michelle up.
but I
I
fired
fired him
Sony
up.
Michelle up because they said that he was going to get the majority of the carries, and he ended up taking all of the carries. So
Right.
that's the difference. If you're telling me today that he's going to be active on Monday, but the same role that he played last week, I'm going Michelle. But if they say by any stretch of the imagination that he is going to get like Henderson's going to get the carries, I'm going Freeman. Like Freeman is volume compared to Michelle, who might be the second guy. Like if I don't know, and it's a Monday night game, so it's
Oh,
so hard.
we should have saved this question for the end, but that's okay.
I know, but I'm not going to
No,
because
we're not going to jump.
we're already in it.
Yeah, it's good.
No, this is a Baltimore question. It's Baltimore. We already
Oh,
did
there we go.
Baltimore. It's
We
fine.
did Baltimore. Yeah,
So I'm going to go Freeman because of the volume, just because of where he is. It's hard to, unless I know for a fact Henderson is out, I can't trust it. So I have to go Freeman. And Cooks or AJ Green. Cooks is hurt with a back injury. We're going to be going into that game shortly in a couple minutes. Oh, I want to go. I want to say Cooks, but I can't. I think I might go AJ Green.
Wow.
Like I want to say Cooks, but he's the main guy, so on and so forth. It's Davis Mills though. Like I don't.
And everybody's out in that game. Give me Michelle and Green. If I had to choose between those,
Michelle, huh?
I'm going Michelle and Green. And
Okay.
I'll tell you why later. So Sufyan, stick around. We'll break down that game. We'll go into a little.
Ooh, a cliffhanger.
You'll get my details when we get to that one.
I like it.
So what else do we got here? He's saying the Cowboys Washington next game is going to be fire. That's the one we're doing next. So perfect again. So he's saying Cooks, Smith, or Green at wide receiver 3 because Keenan's out. So do you go Cooks, Smith, or Green? And which Smith is this?
Yeah, which Smith? I'm assuming it's Traquan.
Okay, because Devontae Smith is on a bye with Philadelphia. So
that the only reason why I think it's Traquan is because of the level of where those particular guys are. They're all within the same concept.
Man,
I might go Smith there.
That's brutal, man.
I might go Smith just because of the matchup. I mean, it's Jets. I mean, yeah, they might be up, but who are you gonna pass to?
I don't even think Traquan made my cut. Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm searching running backs. Hold on.
He said Traquan.
I was like, oh no. Okay, so he said it is Traquan. All right, let me see.
Like Green's going to be going against the Rams. You have Cooks going against the Seahawks. I mean, to me, it's between Cooks and Smith. Even though I like Green better as like a wide receiver in general, like the way he plays, but I have to go Smith because of the matchup. Like,
yeah, I have Cooks ahead as well.
You have Cooks,
even with all that, I still can't. I can't do it.
I just can't do it. Yeah. I might rank Cooks higher, but that just means I think he might finish a little higher than him, but doesn't mean that he will,
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, and he's saying Traquan. All right. Well, anyway, moving on to your other one. Cowboys, Washington, gonna be fire.
No, I don't know
Let's
about
get into it.
that. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be
So
doo doo.
the Dallas Cowboys 8-4 at the Washington football game, football team. Might as well be the football
They gotta
game.
change their freaking name.
I know. Apparently, it's coming soon. They're keeping us on a cliffhanger. It's gonna be
Ah,
something
jeez.
terrible.
Yeah.
So 6-6. Cowboys are favored by 4, only 4. 48-point over under. Pretty important game for the division here. So break it down.
Yeah, I mean Dallas is coming off a big win versus the Saints on Thursday night. That was a fun game to watch. You got the Washington football team also coming off a big win versus the Raiders. They've been a scrappy little team lately. I'm starting to get on board with this Tyler Haneke, but it's I just like his swag, something about him. Uh, you know, for the injuries, I mean, Tony Pollard showed up on the injury report this week with plantar fasciitis. I mean, he said that he got it while he was running that, big 56-yard touchdown. I mean,
Torn.
they said it was torn.
It's
I just said
torn.
that I heard a sprain of the plantar fasciitis, but he
Torn.
tore that. Oh, well, either way, he ain't playing. I'm surprised he's not on IR yet, but they said that he's a game time decision.
Game time decision.
It is what it is. We get Amari Cooper back. You get, so you have Cooper, Gallup, and CD all available for this game. Washington, they're only going to be without Wes Sejowitz or whatever. It's their left guard, and he's like a Pro Bowler, so he's actually quite good. J.D. McKissick's kind of in the air at the moment, but it looks like he'll be closer to playing than he is to be sitting. I'm starting Dak for sure. Heineke, he's a good two QB start, but other than that, I'm not. If he's in one QB, I'm not playing him. Ezekiel Elliott is a tad hobbled, but he's going to continue to play every week. I mean, they're going to just push and push and push. Yes. So Drunk Squidward, Logan Thomas is on IR. No, he's not on IR. He's going to be out for a minute though. I don't think they've put him on anything yet, but Ricky Seals-Jones is going to be available for this game. So yeah, I mean, honestly, for the running backs, like I said, Elliott, you're playing. You're going to definitely play Antonio Gibson for sure. I can't play Pollard because we don't know if he's going to play, and it looks like he's probably not going to. I don't feel comfortable playing J.D. McKissick at this point just because he's banged up, so it's hard for me to start him. I'm starting, the major wide receivers on on both sides. I'm, Terry McLaurin, Cooper, Gallup, Lamb. I'm okay with all of those guys. Dalton Schultz, he's a solid play. He's a solid floor guy. I mean, he's pretty much anywhere between tight end 5 and 10 every week. And he's just consistently, he gets that, 5 to 7 targets with, 5 to 6 catches a game. So I like him a lot. Ricky Seals-Jones, he's not a bad play as well. I mean, it's a decent matchup. So those are the guys I'd be playing.
Yeah. And I just want to clarify for you. Logan Thomas was placed on IR.
Oh, he was.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. So we covered that on the Frank and I did on the Wednesday
Oh, my
show.
bad.
No, it's all good. Just to, I know you're all over
I
those,
saw he was out.
injuries.
I mean,
yeah.
I honestly, I
he's
didn't see the IR. I was really busy Wednesday and Thursday. I didn't realize he was on IR.
No,
I just knew he was going to be out for a while.
Shout out to Wilson.
Yeah,
for
thanks, Wilson.
down.
I appreciate your help, brother. And thanks for stealing freaking, Mike Glennon after I, asked you to help.
That's what you get, man. It's brutal out there. It's sharks eating sharks out
there. Such
a
jerk
in the listener league. So that's how you do it. Well done. And I think I gave him a round of applause.
Yes,
for that.
you did. Jerk.
I gave him kudos in the chat. So shout out to Wilson for doing that there. Well
jerks.
done. Well done. So yeah. So again, Logan Thomas is out on IR. And again, I believe it's his second stint on IR, which means he's done for the year. So that is that. So yeah, so I don't have too much to add, on this one here. One of the more interesting games, the games this week are pretty bad. This is one that actually is going to be a little interesting to me. So hopefully it's close and there is a little drama, since I'm not invested at all. I just hope it's close and I don't really care who wins, but it would be very interesting. and I'm not going to lie and say that I'm not rooting for the football team to win this one. So, just to make
Ah,
things interesting in the football realm, I just think it'd be a,
nice.
just as a fan, is what it is. Um, and I held myself pretty well there during the Dallas segment. I
You
didn't I
did.
didn't do too bad.
You
So we'll move on.
So did I. Well, no, we got Sefion Malik. He was saying that Kendall Fuller and William Jackson will be on Cooper and Gallup, switching back and forth. Yeah, and you got a slot corner named Johnson on CD, and he's very exploitable. I think everyone's going to have a good game in this game. Kendall Fuller has kind of fell off a tad. I like him, but William Jackson, same deal. So I definitely see this as being more, definitely a wide receiver type game, even though the over under is, borderline high. It's going to be a
It's one of the
shootout.
higher ones. I mean,
Yeah.
the only other higher one, I think there's another one that's
No,
at
it's too
48.
higher. Too
Oh,
higher.
okay. Yeah, San Francisco and Cincinnati and
Yeah.
then the Bills Bucks, which we'll get into. So,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much, Dustin, pretty much. So,
Always
saying
going to be.
Dallas haters, we are tried and true. And you guys aren't here to stop it tonight. So, we'll let it fly. I know them boys won't have anything of it. So, he's holding it down, and out of respect for him, I will
Move on.
move on. Well said, classic response. All right. So let's get into it. We're moving along here. Keep the questions coming. Anything you guys have, questions, comments, fire it off in the chat, and we'll get to it here. Otherwise, we'll keep moving on here with the next game. Still in that 10 a.m. hour. This is probably one of the probably not touching this game. This game's going to be brutal. Atlanta Falcons that are 5-7 against the 5-7 Carolina Panthers. Panthers are favored by 2.5, 41.5 point over under. Pretty much means I'm pretty much staying away from this game. So, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, I mean, the Atlanta Falcons are coming off a loss to the Bucks. You got the Panthers coming off, their bye week. So, both teams are coming in pretty healthy, considering every other team in the league is, at least 12 injuries or more. At QB, I'm not playing either one of them unless it's, a 2 QB league. The only guys that I'm really wanting to play in this game are Cordero Patterson and Chuba Hubbard. I think those are the only two that I'd be willing to play at this point. Wide receivers, I don't trust options like DJ Moore. I mean, DJ Moore is a hell of a player, but when you have Cam Newton behind center, I don't trust anything that's going anywhere near you because he can't throw the ball. I'm sorry. He's not a good quarterback. And if you had DJ Moore on the Atlanta Falcons, I'd be like, play DJ Moore because I trust Matt Ryan more than I do Cam Newton with the ball. And I know that you're going to sit there and tell me, Anthony, that you're going to be like, oh, Matt Ryan sucks. He's way better than Cam Newton, and I'm going to say that right now. So my whole point is, like, I have to, but I can't not play someone like DJ Moore being the number one option. So
it's that Brandon Cooks effect.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the perfect way to put it. Great player, horrible quarterback. So it is what it is.
Good opportunity, horrible quarterback.
Yeah, horrible quarterback. So I don't know. I can't really trust DJ Moore in this. If you have better options, I'd be playing them. If it's hard to trust, Russell Gage at all. I mean, he's a low end wide receiver 3, even because he's the only option there. Like him and Tajay Sharp are like the same guy in a way. Like Kyle Pitts is the only one that I might play for tight end. You got to play Kyle Pitts. I'm not playing, Tommy Tremble. Like you really don't want to play anybody in this game unless you have to. Chuba Hubbard, I'm playing. I just like the matchup. Cordero has just been on fire, so you can't not play him. So
I have Matt Ryan at 21 this week.
Oh, you're just so tough.
I look at the other quarterbacks and I'm like, yeah, I'd rather play him. I'd rather play him.
Stop playing. No,
I don't know, man. It's just it is.
Okay, do you have him above Cam Newton?
Yeah. No, I have Cam at 14 this week.
What?
It's the Jalen Hurts effect. Yeah, the Taysom Hill effect. That's why.
Oh, I can't. I
Taysom
can't.
at
It's
10.
so hard. This hurts my head.
Taysom at 10.
I
You
know,
have
but that's
to.
my point. No,
It's
no.
brutal.
I don't
Anyway.
have to do anything, Anthony. I'm not going to do. I'm going to put him. I'm putting him at the bottom. He's going to be He's going to be at 30 for me. I can't do it. I can't try. I don't like Cam Newton. I hate Cam Newton.
Do it.
He screwed me so many times.
Stand by your.
You know what? I'm doing it right now. I have my rankings up right now. I'm doing it. I'm just doing it just because I don't care. I don't care if he gets. I don't care if he's QB1 this week. He's going to be QB. Oh, he's at 14. Nope. You're going to be at 30. You're going to do worse than Mike Glennon.
Ooh, that's a long shot. You gotta. All right, guys. Don't listen to this guy. Where is he? Right here. He's on one right now. Watch out. These are two. I see. This game is terrible. It's probably the two quarterbacks you and I hate each going.
This is the only way that we can make it fun. Like, because I have to hate on him so bad because I hate him so much.
Oh man,
I really do.
Unless you want to come on the show, Cam. I mean, shout out. I have no problem with
Cam.
It's just my boy over here.
If you ever came on the show, I'm first gonna give you respect for one. You made it to a Super Bowl. Good for you.
Super Bowl MVP.
That you ended up literally not falling on the ball at the very end when Von Miller stripped it from you, and you decided to literally just go and like not fall on it. So good for you.
He made a business decision.
Yeah. I'm bad.
Oh, he's hating on him. All right, so we'll move on. Enough said there. Obviously, you guys have heard, how we feel about these guys. A lot of these guys, are the ones that are coming up, start, sit, decisions. So I'm sure there'll be more questions involving these guys, as far as comparisons and stuff as we go throughout the show. So, cool segment there. Let's get to some of the chats here. Let's see. So just rolling back to a dim boy saying smart decision, Anthony, when I pulled up on my Dallas hate that I was about to spew out. So there Ken, it is.
I don't like Ken's question.
We'll get there. Drunk Squidward's saying Mike Davis is a bust. I think we all
he looked good though. Did you watch that game?
Yeah, and
he had some burst when he got through that hole, man.
I picked him up.
He got some burst. Again, I was gonna say you did pick him up.
I have no other running backs though, so that's the kind of situation I'm in that league. But anyway,
he had some burst and he looked good, but yeah, he's definitely a bust. If you want to put him in the list of busts, he is he's there. It is.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to this one. This is a perfect question for you.
No,
we have a defense special teams question in the house.
I don't like answering this question
from Ken, the only guy suited here to answer it. Maybe Dim Boys can give us a shout out in the chat as well, too. But I know Mike will hold it down. Chargers or Bucks?
It's the Chargers.
Ooh, Chargers. Tell me why real quick.
You know why. They're facing the Giants.
I just want to hear him say it, guys. I just want to hear him say
Thanks,
it.
Anthony. Thanks.
All right.
And no, it's because you got Mike Glennon under center. If it was like anyone else, I'd be like, I can't even say go with the Bucks because it's just going to – the Bucks are a good defense, but you're going against the Giants. You're going against Mike Glennon. There's going to be something that happens. I mean, it's just how it is. You're going to get like 5 sacks out of that game, 6 maybe. Even if they put up, which they haven't. I mean, the Giants, I don't even think they've put up more than 20 points in any game this year. So just go with the Chargers.
Go Chargers, Ken. And Sufyan, just since we're on that note, have we done the Giants game yet? He's wondering about Barkley's outlook. He's saying LMAO, he's back, so he had to leave and come back. If you need to do that, do it. We'll be here for you. We haven't got into it yet, so hang out and we'll get to it. And if not, hit the description. If you're listening to this later, hit the timestamp. We'll have it in there for you.
Yeah. So then, boys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm always gonna be a realist when it comes to football. Even if my head says something, sometimes my heart says it. My head will be the one that goes, screw you, and I'll just follow that. Like, especially when it comes to defense. Like, I know how bad
you know what you're going against.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. What's up, Jonah? Welcome to the show. Good seeing you here. Happy Friday.
Yeah, he was doing my Cam impression. He was laughing at that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So who should I start between Freeman, Michelle, or Wilson? Oh,
Yeah,
that's what
see,
it was. You were
this is
saying
going
he
to be a
was
big question. I think a lot of people. I mean, I think this is kind of everyone's big
my
question.
bad. I thought he left and came back. We appreciate you for not leaving and not having to. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready, Sufyan. I appreciate that. All
I
right, go
like
ahead.
it. So for me, I want to. I know this is a weird thing to probably say, but I think Freeman might be the better choice. And I'm only saying this. Kyle Shanahan's a pain in the ass, and you of all people should know that
Oh yeah,
because you deal with him all the time. Where he says, "I'm going to run this guy. I don't want you guys knowing about this guy, or don't write this in the." Everything just keeps just screaming that it's not going to be Jeff Wilson because apparently he has a big knee injury that apparently it blew up during Sunday's game.
flared up.
Flared up. Sorry,
Careful,
flared up. Even though
flared
it
up.
was like the knee that he got worked on. Anyway, so
I'm just
the thing
correcting you,
is,
Mike. I'm
the
just
thing
so we're
is,
all in agreement here.
yeah. But the thing is then it goes back to the Freeman, Michelle conversation that we had a couple minutes ago. I have to stick with Freeman just because of the volume, and I know for a fact that he'll be getting it. So if we don't know what's going on with Michelle, I have to take him out. And then if you're going with Freeman versus Wilson, I understand the offense is good, but if this is a PPR league, I'm not leaning on Wilson. I'm going with Freeman. Like this is going to be a Freeman over Wilson type situation. And I like Jeff Wilson. He saved my season last year. So
I think Jeff Wilson has the best chance to score going with him. Plus, I'm a Niners
yeah, he'll
fan,
go goal
so
line. Yeah,
not gonna lie. You know that, Jonah. Over those guys, I'm going
I like
Wilson.
Freeman.
I have him in my lineup as we speak. But my only other options are P. Ryan and somebody else
P.
terrible,
Ryan, who
Rashad
won't play.
Penny and somebody else terrible. So don't worry about that. We won't get into that. Come on, DeAndre Swift, get back. Come on, buddy, get back.
You got
All right.
another 2 weeks, my friend.
I know it's all right. We'll get there. We just need you for the end there. Just bring that belt home, baby. Bring it home. All right. So he's saying can definitely go Chargers. Have a strong feeling it'll be a shootout in Tampa. So I think we all agree on that. It's gonna be like 60 passes each. The Tre'Davious White injury is terrible for that defense. That literally could have cost them the Super Bowl this year. So just continue to see that defense fall and fall, and let alone their bad weather games they're gonna have coming up. So anyway, moving on. So what's up, Jodeci? Welcome back. He's saying, remember when I was 2-7, now he's 5-8. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Making that run. That's how you do it. Finish strong. Try to sneak into that playoff spot. Hopefully, if it's a 6 or 8 team, you can sneak in there and come in as that hot team. He's saying choose one. DJ, I assume more, or McLaurin PPR in the flex. So
two bad quarterbacks and crappy situations. I'm gonna go McLaurin. I just like him better.
Yeah, I think I go McLaurin there as well too.
I don't feel nice saying it. It feels gross, but I have to.
Yeah, he just needs to get back. Last game he only had 5 targets against Las Vegas. Only 22 yards, kind of coming off a bad game.
Yeah.
But he's only 3 games removed from a 100-yard game. 5 catch, 7 target, 103 yards and a touchdown against Carolina, which isn't that bad of a defense. So
I mean, they're going against Dallas. He's going to go against Trayvon Diggs, but he tends to do well. McLaurin is one of those guys that you don't have to worry about the matchup.
Remember that whole Bradbury thing and all that? And he's faced a ton of guys and done well over there. He went 7 on 12 targets for 122 and a touchdown against Green Bay. I don't know if Jair was out.
No, Jair was out.
Okay, was he out in that game?
Yeah, he's been out on IR, and then he'll be back from IR soon, actually.
Okay. 4 for 62 against Tre'Davious White against Buffalo week 3. And then, of course, that 14 target, 11 catch, 107 yard, 1 touchdown game against Bradbury in week 2. So, if he could get the volume, I think I lean McLaurin there as well, too. All right. So let's see. What else we got going on here?
We can wait on those if you want.
Yeah, Henderson is playing Monday night. Question
we
mark.
Don't know
we'll
yet.
Into that here.
Yeah,
we'll get into that a little later. Let me try that again. Jonas says, I'm in need of a win this week. I'm sitting on the verge of playoffs. We play with a median score on sleepers, so I need that, and I need to be the person in fourth. I need the person in fourth to lose or not in. Osborne and Jefferson did great.
Yeah.
Well, good job. Keep it going. He's saying he traded Kamara for Chubb, Saquon, and Pittman last week. Who won? So traded Kamara for Chubb, and then Saquon for Chubb, Saquon, and
No.
Pittman.
Chubb,
All
Saquon, and
three.
Pittman,
Oh, the Chubb, Saquon, Pittman side for sure.
which is him.
Yeah. Then congratulations.
Yeah, that's a great trade.
Nice trade. Nice trade.
I don't know
And
who
that's
would ever
Ivan
do that.
Torres.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought that was still Jonah. My bad. Ivan.
No, it's all Ivan. Yeah.
Ivan, shout out. That was a nice one. Very nice trade there. All right, so we're moving on here. Let's get into our next game of the night. We have, oh God, these games just keep getting worse and worse. We have the Seattle Seahawks at 4-8 at the Houston Texans 2-10. The Seahawks are favored by 8.5, a 40.5 point over under, even worse than the last game we just talked about. So go ahead, break it down. I don't have too much to say in this.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, the only
Start DK,
notable,
and that's pretty much it.
yeah, just start DK and Tyler Lockett.
Maybe Cooks over a couple people, but I don't like it.
I mean, Travis Homer is going to be the only person labeled as out for the Seahawks. Brandon Cooks is labeled as questionable with a back injury, but should be good to go. I mean, they said that his tag was non-injury related, but I keep saying that it's a back injury, so it is what it is. Tyrod Taylor is going to be out for the season. It looks like Davis Mills is going to be starting for the rest of the season at quarterback. So I'm not playing Davis Mills. I would play Russell Wilson. I'm okay with that particular scenario in this, this matchup. I'm maybe playing Alex Collins. If you need a running back and you have nobody else, maybe Alex Collins or Rashad Penny.
Don't say it.
I don't want to do it though. Like, I'm not going to do it if I had the option. Like, I'd find someone else. They're low end flex options in my opinion. Like, they're barely wide, running back 40. Like, they're not on my list of anyone I'd play. I don't even want to say Rex Burkhead. Just, he's the only one there, and he's doing okay. David Johnson, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't play any of them. So I'm only playing Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. Tight ends, maybe Gerald Everett. Like, I can't play Jordan Atkins or whoever else their tight ends are in that team. Like, I have nothing to say about this game that's even worth, I'm not playing anybody unless they're DK or Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, that's right. I apologize to the Lockett owners out there. You can play Lockett.
You can definitely, now that Russell's back, I would play Lockett.
Yeah. And I mean, you can probably play Russell in this game, possibly. But that's it. All right. So I don't need to waste any more time on that one unless there's anything else you want to add to that.
Let's please get rid of that. This game is just as bad.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next terrible game we have here. I think there's only like one or two more good games.
No, the good games are at the end of the slate.
Yeah, I was going to say they got the prime time spot.
These 4:00 games are rough.
Yeah, except for my Niners.
Well,
game.
except for the
okay. All right, so let's see. We got a couple things in the chat here we'll get to, and then we'll get to the next game here. We have Jonah saying he LOL, I traded Kamara for CMC and immediately regretted it.
No.
Yeah,
that's
so
tough.
Bad. When he was coming back healthy. Yeah, I'm sure it was probably when he was coming back healthy or something like that.
I'm glad. If it was this week, it would have been like, what?
Yeah, that's terrible. No, I think hopefully you got something else with it and it wasn't just a straight up trade. So that's tough. So I've been saying I'm very concerned with Kamara.
I'm not.
Taysom is gonna vulture TDs and his targets will go down.
Who cares?
Yeah, we'll see.
For me, it don't matter.
Ingram's out. They got nobody else there. I mean, it's Ty Montgomery.
It's Tony Jones.
Tony Jones, the only other guy there.
They're gonna literally this game is gonna be. I want to predict.
Hopefully, it's one of those Dalvin Cook games, like the one Dalvin Cook.
No, this is gonna be one of the slowest. This is gonna be one of the shortest games of the year. I guarantee this is done at 3:30. No, I'm being dead serious. This game is gonna be done at like 3:30. They're gonna literally just run the ball every time. And it's just the clock is just going to keep ticking all the way to the end. And the funny thing is, and we discussed this offline beforehand, I have a decision to make. Taysom Hill, Josh Allen. And that's even for me a tough decision to make because I understand the floor that Taysom has, but I also know the floor that Josh Allen can have. And facing a defense like the Bucks, I get so nervous with this, but I do see Josh Allen throwing it 50 times. And I see Taysom running it 50 times. So which one do I want? It's like,
Yeah. No, it's pretty bad.
but I'm glad that I
Pretty.
have both
There it
in my
is.
dynasty league
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's see. We got that one there.
Yep.
I've been saying, should I play Saquon or Gibson this week?
That's a great question. For me, they're like right next to each other. I like Saquon a tad better.
I have a little bit of a gap. I have Saquon at 9 and I have Gibson at 15.
Yeah, I like Saquon a tad better. I think this might be a game where he'll do a little bit better than he has been lately. Just because of the dump offs, they'll dump it off a little bit here and there. Gibson, I think, is going to have a rough time, and it's. I think my answer to this particular question is because of if Micah Parsons is out. Yeah, I said Micah.
Micah. Go ahead.
Oh, whatever. If Parsons is out, I might play Gibson over Saquon, but that's only if that happens. But
Parsons is more a pass rusher more so than a run stopper. I mean, I don't think he affects the run game that much. I mean, he does.
Sure?
I mean, he flies all over the field. Don't get me wrong.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but
no,
I mean, they're gonna.
That guy is.
Let me rephrase that. They're gonna miss him more in the pass rush than I think.
Them boys, if you're watching,
I don't think he'll affect Gibson as much because you can just always run away from him. So I'm just saying.
Anthony.
Oh, he took the glasses off.
I have to take the glasses off for this.
We all know you're.
I am not a Cowboys fan.
No. See, you knew it was coming already. So you don't even defend your own team like this. Let's go, them boys.
Oh no, I'm going to defend my team in the concept that I wouldn't be playing Gibson unless I knew for a fact that Parson was out, because I know how good he is at stopping the run, and the fact that defense can do well with him in. If he's not there, then, and they've been the lead defense for the last, I think it was like the last 6 weeks, they've been like the top defense in the league. I'm telling you now. So Sean is saying that he has no injury designation. Yeah, I know. On the injury report, they didn't list him on the with having an injury, but they did mention the concept that, where is he? That he had a hip injury coming in, so he was limited Thursday. I just worry a little bit just in case, but I'm telling you now.
I had to get you Dallas fans riled up a little bit. I had to do it a little bit.
All I'm saying is in that case, I'm playing Saquon just because I like the matchup a little bit better. The Chargers are not that great against the run. I mean, they're seventh
in points allowed per game against running backs.
I got them at 27.
They've given up the second most touchdowns in the league at 15.
Yeah.
So
where's Dallas?
Pretty much averaging over 1 a game. So
where's Dallas? Do you know where Dallas is?
I don't know. You probably know since you're the fan. Tell me.
Second.
Tell me.
In the league against the run.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they've only allowed 6 rushing touchdowns on the year. So not bad. I mean, they got a good defense,
No, and that's the thing.
And they're really.
I like Saquon a tad better, even though the quarterback is not that great. Both quarterbacks suck. It's just going to be. I just feel like Saquon can get more out of it than Gibson, but Gibson's not. He's a talented runner. I'm just going to stick with Saquon this week.
Yeah, and that's
keep that as a gentleman thing. Yeah.
And I think you guys caught me though when I said, I'm giving that Dallas defense the respect because I do have Gibson down at 15. So
yeah,
I'm just letting you guys know. All right. So anyway,
one more. We got one more.
You guys is on there. And Sean, I don't know. I think we've seen you here before, but if not, and for anybody in there that's still watching, that's not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. Hit that like button. It helps us in the algorithms. We'd really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe as it says there. Very nice. Ooh, look at that. See, we're coming up. So let's see. Kiernoth, let me know if I said that right. Said, stumbled upon this channel. Love the discussion. This may have been asked before, but do you think the 49ers will properly utilize IU? So,
well, you have the perfect person to ask.
I'm a
Without
Niners
knowing,
fan.
he's a huge Niners
You
fan.
stumbled upon the right channel.
Yeah.
Although I do the channel with a Giants fan here with me and our two other co-hosts
Dallas
here,
fans.
Dallas fans. But I do hold it down for the Niner Nation. So again, I guess I'm assuming because it's a Niners question that he's a Niners fan. But I'll try to answer this, and my answer is no. I still I think they're trying to still figure it out. I think they stumbled upon Debo being just this incredible piece that, this toy that Shanahan couldn't stop playing with. And basically he's just kind of, and we've seen it just evolve, and he's basically turned him into, almost a better Cordell Patterson, if you will.
Who?
Um
Debo? Yeah.
Debo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, I guess he realized now is that we're kind of turning into positionless football, kind of taking the term from basketball, becoming positionless, being able to just get the ball into your playmaker's hands. And I think Debo is that. I think once we find Ayuk's role, he can be good because he looks like that guy. I
Yeah.
think it's more mental with him. I think his confidence was shaken early. And kind of seeing Debo's success. But remember, we were drafting him 3-4 rounds ahead
Yeah.
of Debo coming into it. I mean, we
Yeah.
saw what he was capable of last year with far less quarterback talent and then what he's going to have. So are you going to get that and trust that here coming into your playoffs? Probably not. But again, he's one of those pieces where, um, you know, I'd rather kind of start him over some of these bottom tier, kind of flyer type guys. Um, just because of the potential he could have in that offense. Um, and just who he is. So, and we have some good matchups, heading
Yeah.
into the playoffs. So,
Well,
um,
I was gonna say that his whole thing is based on if Debo isn't there. And that's the biggest issue. I mean, if he's there, so let's scroll it back a tad from not last week because we can't count those numbers with Debo. Basically he was hurt. It is what it is. He's been actually getting decent targets, but the problem is that Samuel tends to do more with those targets.
yeah,
So
that yard
you
after the catch. Yeah,
yeah,
there's
and
not much
Yak
meat
and
left on the bone.
yeah, and that's the thing. You have Ayuk getting 7, 6, 6. Like the last 3 weeks, he's been getting 7, 6, and 6. Last week he was even second in snaps. Trent Sherfield played more snaps than Ayuk, which is unbelievable in my opinion. When Ayuk is the better player, just all around, he gets 6 targets last week, and on top of that, you guys have one of the best. You have the third best strength of schedule coming up.
Hmm.
Not a bad he's not a bad option, but the problem is how can you trust him?
Yeah,
And
it's
I
blind
don't know if
faith.
they'll properly utilize him the way that you want, and especially with Kittle being healthy, I don't
Yeah,
see him being properly utilized at all, unfortunately. Do I think Ayuk is a good player? Yes, he has talent. He has the ability. You've seen the catches he's made. Like, it's incredible to watch him make those, really good catches. But then you sit there and go, why aren't they utilizing him at all? I don't know. I can't give you the answer. Kyle Shanahan is just always been that weird, just knows what he's doing, but like a weird scientist. Like he knows what he's doing, but he never utilizes what he has in front of him. And I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. I think that Ayuk is going to be more down the next few years. Maybe if he gets cut and goes somewhere else, like he'll be good. But for now, it's hard to trust. Like it's just so hard to trust him. I have this conversation weekly with my brother because he has Brandon Ayuk and he never knows to start him over somebody else. And I sit there and I tell him, I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I think he has Keenan Allen out this week. And I remember, just looking at his team and he's got Justin Jefferson, who he played, Hunter Renfro. He has Waddle on a bye, Pittman on a bye. He has all these guys that are either on a bye or hurt. So he doesn't know what to do. And I sat there and I'm like, dude, like you might have to play Ayuk against Cincinnati this week. Like you have no choice. And like anyone else, I wouldn't play over him. Like we don't have a lot of options on our wide receivers because a lot of our guys in our league know Cole Beasley's available, Traquan Smith, Rashad Bateman are the top 3 options. Am I playing any of those guys above Ayuk? Like, would you play Cole Beasley over Ayuk?
Not Beasley. I do have Ayuk at 33, Beasley at 43.
Would you play Traquan Smith over him?
No, I'm not touching Traquan Smith.
Rashad Bateman.
That's a little closer. I think
I got two good
dropped
ones for you.
Bateman down because he put it there, so I have him just a little ahead.
What
I
about
have Ayuk over Bateman.
What about Sterling Shepard?
I'll take Ayuk over Shepard. I got
really
Shepard's. Yeah, he has Glennon thrown to him, if that.
But don't matter.
And I got to see Shepard get through a game. He's almost on that Julio train for me.
He is.
So he's Julio light.
Even Galladay, same thing.
Yeah, I'm not even touching Galladay. I forgot he even played for the team. Forgot about that. So yeah, so Kiranov, hopefully you hit that subscribe button for us, man. We'd really appreciate that. We're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 9:30 Pacific, whatever time that is Eastern, and
12:30 the day after.
Yeah, 12:30 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday nights.
There you go.
Or early morning, I guess you would say.
It just sounds so bad, right? Like I even thought about it the other day. I'm like, yeah, it's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Saturday mornings, yeah. So we're basically on 7 days a week if you look at it that way. We have it all covered. But yeah, join the community, man. Hit that description. Come join the Sleeper channel. Download the Sleeper app. Join our Get Right Fantasy Network community. We have a ton of content on there as far as, people asking questions, set lineups, a lot of other perks, injury news, things like that are all going to come through to help us all bring home those championships. So again, hope you like that. We'll keep moving on here. Get through the rest of these games and we'll call it a night. So we have only 4 games in this 4 o'clock. I don't know why they don't even the games out a little more. Like, I don't understand why they don't do these schedules.
They always do 4. They always do 2. They always do 2 and 2. It's always been like that.
It's weird. So anyway, so we got 4 games in the late game slate. First game we're going to talk about here, another terrible one. Detroit Lions getting their first win, coming in at 110-1. 110-1. At the Denver Broncos, who are 6-6. We have the Broncos favored by 10 and a 42-point over under. At least when you did that, I remember you said you did those earlier. I haven't been checking the new ones.
Dude, I did it literally like 3 hours before the show. So
yeah, the line changes. It's 42.5 already right now.
Much. Oh
and Denver's favored by 10.5 now. So it's just updated now according to PFF.
It's probably because of Jamal.
Yeah. So break it down. Where are we at?
Yeah, I mean, Lions are coming off their only win of the season against Minnesota. I mean, if you watch that game or were able to see the last few minutes of that game, it was unbelievable. Broncos are coming off a tough loss to the Chiefs. I mean, it was a tough game, nonetheless. Jamal Williams is being put on COVID reserve, so he will be out. He was put on it today, so we'll have to wait and see if he's even available next week. We have Deandre Swift. He's going to be out with a shoulder injury. So it looks like Jamar Jefferson will be the lead man this week with some other guy. Can't pronounce his name. The Lions are incredibly beat up. If you look at the rest of their particular injury report, it's a bunch of guys that I don't even want to talk about because they're not really involved, except for TJ Hawkinson. He's listed as doubtful with a hand injury. It was kind of funny. I got the reports this afternoon for all the guys in and out, and I got Keenan Allen, him, TJ Hawkinson, and Jamal Williams all at the same time. And my brother just so happens to have those guys on his team as well. And I texted him and I'm like, so just so you're aware, he was like, God damn, like, why can't I catch a break with guys being out? So it is what it is. But we also have the Broncos. They list Melvin Gordon as questionable. He should be playing. It doesn't look like he's not going to play. Quarterbacks wise, I'm not going to play Teddy. I probably play Teddy Bridgewater just because of the matchup. Jared Goff, I'm not touching with a 10-foot pole, even though he had a good game last week. Running backs, I'm playing Javonte Williams until the wheels fall off. I mean, this kid is playing
even with Gordon back.
Huh? Yeah, even with Gordon back, it don't matter. He's taking over that role, and he will. Like them boys are saying, Javonte Williams is the only running back this year with at least 100 rushing yards and 75 receiving yards in a single game this year. Also, he has at least 100 scrimmage yards in 3 of the last 4. Like, that's unbelievable. This kid is amazing. He's been doing real well in this system. He's just a good runner. I like him a lot. I was really upset that I didn't get him in a lot of the leagues that I wanted him. So, I'm good with playing him and Melvin. It's a good matchup. I'm good with playing both. Unless you really need a running back, like for a volume play, maybe Jamar Jefferson, just because, he's a low end flex. Like he's going to be in my 40s probably. But it's one of those things where if you need volume and you need a running back because of, you had Jamal go down or, because of COVID or you had something happen, maybe he would be an option, but only if you really, really need it. Otherwise I'm staying away from it. Like I grabbed him in a points league that I'm playing in because I have nobody else, so it is. Drunk Squidward, you dropped him in week 8. I would have never dropped him. I'm sorry. I've read that and I went, just sad. Wide receivers, Drunk Squidward said it above. I mean, it's hard to trust the Broncos wide receivers. It really is. But I really do see this being a get right game for Sutton. See, I did it there. I definitely see him coming back in a good way, hopefully. I know Jerry Jeudy's been kind of taking it away from him a little bit, but I think he can still come back and do well. Jerry Jeudy's a good play as well. I'm not playing anyone from Detroit, not even Ekman St. Brown. Like I'm not playing these guys. There's just no point. Honestly, it's a tough matchup versus wide receivers. I mean, if memory serves me right, I think the Broncos are like top 5 at stopping wide receivers, fantasy points wise. Top 13, 14, okay. Whatever. But who cares? They're one of the best against him. So for me, I just can't do it. And tight ends, the only one I'm playing is Noah Fant because I don't think Hawkinson plays. So
there it is. Yeah. I don't think I'm ranking Hawkinson right now. I don't expect him to play either.
No, I'm going to probably take him out of my ranking.
Yeah. And as Sean's saying, he'd have to be drunk to drop him.
Yeah, he's just
Tim
so
boys
good.
Laughing at that. To that point, he picked up Melvin Gordon. At the time, he was doing all right. So he just kind of went for the other side of the backfield. But yeah. So Sean has a defensive question for you. Broncos or Chargers defense this week?
I hate these Charger defense questions. They hurt my soul.
Put them on the spot, Sean. I like it. Keep them coming.
No, I don't like it. For this, I mean, honestly, I think the Broncos might be a better, add just because they have no run game compared to the Giants who actually have guys coming back from being injured. I still think the Chargers are a good defense to pick, so don't get that twisted. But with the Broncos facing Detroit, it's okay, Sean. It happens every week. I'm definitely going Broncos here. They got dropped in my league. I can't pick them up. I wish I could, but I had the Saints, so I'm not really that discouraged.
Yeah. And if memory serves me correct, I know you said Niners have the 3rd best strength of schedule
for wide receivers.
So for wide receivers, I don't know about overall, but it is pretty easy. But if there's another team out there that has nice matchups as far as the running backs are concerned, it is the Denver Broncos, and they're all in dome games.
Yeah, I was gonna go
playoffs.
Yeah, I think I picked up San Francisco's defense because they have another one.
Yeah, San Francisco gets Atlanta, Tennessee, and somebody else terrible.
Yeah, they have a good strength of schedule coming up after this week. Atlanta, Tennessee, and Houston.
That's
so.
I was like, I knew it was someone terrible, which I was keeping it.
I mean, they're good. So
there it is.
Oh, you can definitely start asking. Go for it. I love kicker questions. This is my favorite time. When you have me on, I can answer the kicker questions. This is the time.
Your kicker and defensive special teams questions happen tonight or Sunday morning. Yeah. That's when we have my
always Sunday morning. I'm always here. Sunday morning's the better time because then I'll whip up the weather map. I'll see who's playing and what, I love doing that.
He gets it going on that. So no, that was good. So look at me, man. I'm trying to get fancy with this over here.
I love it. I saw that
with the little banner there. So with that said, Look what we got next.
Ooh, we got my game.
Boom. Look at that.
What we were just talking about.
New York Giants at Los Angeles Chargers. We're finally here. We had a question from way back when. Is Barkley a good start this week? I forgot who was asking that question. I think it was Sufyan Miley.
Yeah. Yep.
So hopefully you're still here. Have you done the Giants game yet? We are here, my friend. New York Giants at Los Angeles Chargers. 9.5 point.
Sorry, I'm reading comments as they come.
Oh, it's okay. That's cool. Chargers are 9.5 point favorites with a 43 point over under. So let's before we get into it, yes.
I'm not going to say like I pull it up on the screen for everybody to see. I do it for myself.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I need to know where, like, for my kickers, I need to know what the weather is. Like, I will put it to you this way.
It's rolling your sleeves up. This is what we do here, Sean. Yeah. We roll our sleeves up, my friend. We're looking at weather. We're looking at everything.
I'm not even joking with you. I had for like the New England game, I knew about it. I knew about it way in advance. And I had a choice to go for Nick Folk. And I went, yeah, no, I'm not playing Nick Folk this week. And I made sure I took him out of my lineup because I just knew that the weather was going to be horrible. I didn't want to play Harrison Butker or
and you were pumping that on the Sleeper channel. You were telling people, get your kickers out of there.
Get everybody out.
So
again, I forgot I even said that.
Just those extra perks you get being part of the Get Right community here.
Like Matt Gay has the best schedule going forward.
And I have him.
I do too. I like
Hopkins. I like Hopkins' schedule too.
And Daryl and Daniel Carlson.
Not after he left all that, he kept shanking all those kicks on Thursday. I'm not.
Oh my God, Greg Jeffers. First off, I have to talk about that.
Whatever his name is.
I have to talk about this for a minute because it really got to me when we were playing, and I know we literally just were going to go into the Giants, and I'm all excited about that. But
it's okay.
Sorry, you got me on kicker.
It's on your time. It's all right. I know. See, this is the kicker channel. Let's go.
Fair point. So. Oh my God! Imagine if we made a kicker channel.
We'll have to come out with a kicker episode.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. Anyway,
we'll get on that.
The first 4 kicks. Yeah, that would be funny. The first 4 kicks out of that game were all missed by Boswell and Greg Joseph, and I'm sitting there like, how
in a dome?
In a dome, yeah. And I sat there and I'm like, did they open the dome today? Like, because honestly, the cool thing about the really cool thing about the Minnesota Dome is that the doors open for fresh air to go through. So they do have wind in that particular stadium. They actually have the same thing at SoFi. They have the same kind of system. But the funny thing is that they had everything shut because, it's like 30 degrees over there.
Right.
And I was laughing because I'm like, how the hell are you missing these kicks? Like, it makes no sense. And they were botching them. Like, they came in, you saw the leg angle and everything. They were just pulling them. Made no sense.
Shapes and shifts. Tyler Bass, is he a good option this week? And then
if it's this week,
before we lose all our audience.
This week, maybe. It's at Tampa Bay, so I don't see anything really crazy with weather. I haven't looked at the weather for that game yet.
I thought I heard it was going to be raining, but when's it not raining in Tampa Bay this time?
True. But honestly, I don't trust Bass moving forward. And the reason why, back in Buffalo, week 15, New England in week 16, and back in Buffalo, week 17.
Snow and ice.
I mean, I live in New York. For me, it is what it is. Oh, sorry.
Sean says he deleted his kicker.
Anytime I will talk about kickers for the whole time.
Just, hit him up on his Sleeper. I don't know why his name's not on here. Hit him up, send him a direct message on Sleeper, or hit us through the Twitter, and we'll answer all your kicker questions one-on-one.
Oh, you took it away.
No, I didn't. Something happened.
Yes, you did.
Whatever it was.
I'm blaming you.
All right, that works. All right, so new timestamp for this one. We'll timestamp it right now.
Okay.
New York Giants at I'm just gonna lead you right into it again.
Nice.
At Los Angeles Chargers. I updated it 9.5 point favorites by the Chargers. They dropped down by 0.5 point just in the last few hours. It's now at a 43 point over under. So we've talked about this game a lot. There's a lot going on in this game.
Yeah.
again, which is why we've been talking about it. We have COVID issues, we have quarterback issues, we have a bunch of stuff going on. So,
Yeah.
give us your breakdown, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants are coming off a loss to Miami, while the Chargers are coming off a big win against the Bengals. They looked good against the Bengals last week, and Giants look like crap like usual. So, the Giants are going to be short Daniel Jones and Kadarius Toney. Both of them are going to be out for this particular matchup. The injury for Daniel Jones is his neck, and it looks like it's not great. I keep hearing whispers of season-ending and/or career-ending, so that doesn't make me happy, but kind of makes me happy. But I'm not gonna get into that. I never want to wish anyone, with injury problems. I mean, that's the Peyton Manning type thing, where it's the same type of injury for him. So I hope that's not the case. But good luck to him. Hopefully everything works out. Kenny Golladay, Sterling Shepard, they're both listed as questionable. So we'll see what happens. They're going to be more of a game time decision. So keep an eye out for the actives and inactives around 3:30. Mike Glennon has cleared concussion protocol. He will start. So he will be there. On the Chargers side of the ball, the big news this morning or this afternoon, Keenan Allen's going to be out due to COVID. So everyone kept saying he has a chance. He is vaccinated, so there was an opportunity for him to return this week, but it looks like he will be out this week. Mike Williams was only a close contact, so it looks like as of right now, he looks closer to playing. He had I think he has 2 negative tests, and I think he has to pass Saturday to be able to play Sunday. So we'll see. We'll know a lot more about his status tomorrow. Otherwise, there's no other injuries of note. For quarterbacks, I'm starting Justin Herbert. It's a great matchup for him, but Giants have been pretty decent on defense lately. At running back, this is a get right game for Saquon, I think. Right? I think he's going to do well. I want to create like a thing where we can put get right game and
that was
put it
good.
up.
Yeah,
We'll do that next
work
time.
on that. Yeah.
So I do think this is one of those games for him. I think that the Chargers defense is more of what we call a pass funnel defense, where they basically play the pass, which they are fine giving up the run. So for him, it's more along the lines of he'll just get a decent amount of volume to run it, and he's the best player on their field. So, for them. So we'll see how that goes. You're going to play Austin Eckler as well. It might be Squidward. It might be. I hear whispers of it. Which,
for those that aren't watching, Drunk Squidward saying Daniel Jones has a career-ending injury potentially? ?
Oh, but they can read that right there.
Well, I have YouTube Premium and I don't always watch. I listen.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we have to read the question out loud.
I apologize.
So that the people that are listening only can hear it and then give your response. So go ahead. I got you.
Yeah. So I honestly, I don't know what it is. They haven't really come out and said it. I just keep hearing like a report here and there. Is it career ending? Might be career, we'll see. It is what it is. I'm just going to be very, I'm not as hopeful as I used to be with it. Especially, they said that he could come back and then all of a sudden, he can't come back. I don't know how I feel about it. I hope he's okay, but it might be. It might be. Those neck injuries are not easy to get back from. Ask Peyton Manning, I'm telling you. I was going to say Chris Carson too. Like everyone kept saying he's going to come back. I'm like, no way.
You and I called that immediately. And same thing with Fitz when they were talking about that hip subluxation.
Oh, the hip. Well,
I called that immediately. I knew he wasn't playing again this year.
He's a 60-year-old man with a hip. Like
I know. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to derail you.
I really like
you. Were on a good roll there.
Fitzpatrick, don't help me. Don't hurt me. I like you.
We'd love to have you on the show.
Oh, I would love to have Ryan Fitzpatrick. He would be awesome. Anyway,
magical. It'd be Fitzmagical. Go ahead.
Oh my god, I'm gonna work on that. Anyway,
yeah.
So if Sterling Shepard is active, I actually feel like he's a low end wide receiver 3 in this game. He always anytime he's been on the field, he tends to see 7 to 10 targets.
Agreed.
It's hard, like Anthony said in the beginning when we were talking about him. He's kind of like Julio in the concept that he could play the whole game, or he could possibly play the whole game, but might not play the whole game because he's not really been playing that much. He tends to get hurt like right after. So I understand there's a little bit of risk to it. But he's a solid wide receiver 3 if he's healthy. I'm not playing Galladay. I just don't trust it. He's just been a disappointment to Giants fans and to fantasy all year. He was one of my big picks that I thought was going to do well this year. I saw him as the next Stephon Diggs, and I was definitely wrong. But it is what it is. For the Chargers, if Mike Williams is active, I'm playing him for sure. But if he's not, Jaden Guyton and James Palmer, those are 2 options that you can definitely go with that are definitely they're good options. James Palmer's a rookie, but he's been doing well. What?
Nothing. These guys make me laugh in the chat. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So right now, tight end is incredibly hard to pick for the Chargers. You either got Parham or Jared Cook to pick from, so it's really tough to figure out what you want to do with that. So I just won't pick either of those. But for the Giants, Evan Ingram's not a bad option because fortunate for him, he's the only guy there because Kyle Rudolph's been hurt and Caden Smith as well. So for him, I don't mind Evan Ingram in this game. He's a sneaky little, he's a sneaky guy to get, 7 to 10 targets. The way I like to view things when it comes to quarterbacks like backup quarterbacks, and they tend to backup quarterbacks and rookies tend to like the tight end and the running back or the short end wide receiver, that possession guy that stays underneath. So situations like this, I don't mind Evan Ingram. Daniel Jones likes tossing that thing downfield. That's the only difference. So for me, Glennon's going to be check down. First down.
To Barkley, I hope so.
Oh, no, Barkley too. Yeah, I hope it's to Barkley. It is what it is. But
let's go.
It is what it is.
Barkley. He's due for a good one.
I need it. I don't have Jonathan Taylor this week. I'm hoping he does well.
There it is. Well, shout out to all the Barkley owners out there. Hopefully you get a big game out of him. He's due for one great matchup.
Don't tell me he said that. Did he say that?
So this is what I was laughing at. Pete Carroll said,
I know.
This is coming from Sean Hagstrom. Pete Carroll said Carson's grown a new neck and will start Sunday. So Pete Carroll says Carson's grown a new neck and will start Sunday. So
I hope that's false.
Hopefully you can hear the sarcasm in that, Mike. Sean, you're gonna give Mike here a heart attack.
I hope that's false.
You gotta take it easy on him. Of course it's false. He's saying I kid.
But I can see him saying that though. That's
why it's funny, and that's why he started panicking and looking it up.
God.
So you saw.
I wasn't looking it up. I'm looking at all my. I'm waiting for my waivers to go through.
I know you're panicking. You're trying to see if you.
I'm waiting for waivers to go through.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're seeing if you get Kareem Hunt. So you're on the Kareem Hunt watch right now. So good luck to you.
I really am.
So drunk Squidward's laughing about that there, so that's good. See, I should have worked on my own thing in the meantime.
You're good.
I'm gonna say in regards to this game, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. The only thing I need to even say on this is it's for those of you guys out there, don't go try to get Jaden Guyton. I'm not sure who he might be, but get Jalen Guyton. He's the one. He's the one you want to start. So I knew what you meant. No, I knew what you meant. You get talking fast, you get caught up in the moment. When we rewatch it all the time, I'm like, I thought for sure I said
I'm horrible.
Back. Yeah, and you realize you said wide receiver for whatever reason.
I cannot pronounce a name to save my life.
Yeah, so you know how it is when you get on the side of the camera, man.
I'm really bad.
We know what we're talking about. Yeah, we know what we're talking about. Just you get mixed up every once in a while.
Was he number 15? I want to say number 15.
So there you go.
Oh my God. How can I get the number right, but not your name?
It's all right, man. A little slip of the tongue, but I am listening to you, like I said, most of the time. Sometimes I'm doing some other stuff behind the scenes, but I do listen to what you're saying, Mike, because I want to hear it. I want to know.
Yeah, he's number 15. I'm right.
And I need to get the right stuff there. So I'm saying that to say this. The next game. Nice. The one Jay Media and I have been waiting for. Niners. I'm trying to delay so I can get this this banner up on here. Look at, I'm almost there. Hold on, we're not going to timestamp it quite yet.
Oh,
Let's do it.
this one has
All
a
right.
lot of injuries to deal with too. I mean, this is going
Yeah.
to be a fun one to talk about.
Let's do it. Got it up. San Francisco 49ers. My San Francisco 49ers, 1.5 point favorites against somebody else's Cincinnati Bengals.
Hmm?
A 48.5 point over under. My Niners are coming off a brutal loss
Brutal.
to the Seahawks of all Hawks. And I mean, I don't know. I can't even really talk about it. Still, I don't know what's going on. We're sitting at 6-6. Bengals are at 7-5. We're both kind of coming off, just in weird situations. Our running backs are down. Cincinnati's dealing with a ton of injuries as well. So break it down here for us. I could talk about my Niners all day, but I'll let you break it down.
Well, I mean, the Niners are going to be out without Elijah Mitchell due to a concussion.
That's the big news.
Let's just first say, for one, he was cleared of concussion during the game and then was able to come back in. And then for some, I don't know.
Reported symptoms on Monday. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Anyway,
Yeah.
Trent Cannon is also going to be out. I think
his second of the year, I think it is too.
For Trent Cannon or for Elijah?
No, Mitchell. I think Mitchell. It's the second concussion.
If you saw Trent Cannon's, I'm
that
not
one was
surprised he's
terrible.
out.
Oh yeah,
he should be out for probably the year.
He was hospitalized. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that was
I'm sorry.
bad. So this leaves JaMychal Hasty and Jeff Wilson, and as we were saying before, Jeff Wilson was listed as the starter, and I'm just going to throw this out here. I already said it, but I'm going to say it again. He doesn't have a tag from what I can tell. Let me double check this real quick, because from what I remember looking at this, he doesn't have a tag because he had two practices full. So I'm just gonna say something real quick, and Anthony knows where I'm going with this. Jeff Wilson had surgery on his knee in the beginning of the season or during the season because
just make sure you use the right word. Go ahead.
He did.
No, I said you used the right word.
And it flared up.
There you go.
And it became very, very painful.
Unnecessary.
And it was on his surgery. It's on the same knee as surgery.
Knee. Yes.
So if you want to trust that, go for it. Enjoy. If you want him to be your particular guy that you trust, I like Jeff Wilson. He's a bigger back. He runs, a lot more downhill.
JaMychal Hasty.
Hasty is also a good option. I like him more in PPR. So if you're, it's based on the league that you're playing in. Deebo Samuel, he's going to be listed as questionable as well. He's coming off 2 limited practices this week, so there's a good chance he might play. But we'll see how that goes. Since it's a 4:00 game, you might have to have a backup in place. On the Bengals side of the ball, there's the 3 main guys on that team: Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow, and T. Higgins are all dealing with some type of ailment. Mixon's dealing with a head cold, but
big D Joe. Go ahead.
Big Joe Bengals. So Mixon is currently having a head cold. He did not practice all week. He's listed as questionable. I mean,
have P. Ryan at the ready.
Yeah, have him at the ready, but at the same time, what's his face? Taylor said he's gonna, he expects him to play. I believe him. Joe Burrow's been playing practicing all week with that messed up pinky. I mean, he should be fine. T. Higgins has a little bit of an ankle injury. He played through his injury throughout the week. I think he'll be fine too. So I think you won't have to worry about all those options. Mixon's the only one that's a little off, but definitely have P. Ryan just in case, because it's another 4:00 game. So you got to be careful. Honestly, if we're breaking down the QBs and the running backs and all that, I don't mind Jimmy Garoppolo in this game, to be completely honest with you. Top 12, I can see him being, I can definitely play him in 1 QBs. Joe Burrow, I feel comfortable playing as well.
I started Cousins over Burrow this week. Probably going to regret that.
Yeah.
It was looking good early.
Yeah, I think that they're going to have to pass. I think this game's going to be tighter. Like, this is a 48 and a half. I mean, that's pretty, they're thinking 24 points each.
2 reasons I didn't. A, I'm a Niners fan. B, starting the Niners defense. Don't like starting in defense
All right,
against
well
the quarterback.
that's different. I
More
would
so
do
the reason.
I would do that too. So
Yeah,
that,
kind of counterintuitive.
but it hurts and it helps and hurts you, but it makes sense in this case. Wide receivers, I mean, I'm playing, or running backs, I'm playing either Mixon or P. Ryan. I don't care which one. The running backs for the
Well,
49ers.
it's not just like, oh, they're one or one
No,
or
it's
the other.
whoever's no, it's
I mean,
whoever's
Mixon
not.
is like top 5
I agree.
RB if he plays and if he feels good and healthy. If P.
But
Ryan
that's if he
plays, he's
plays.
like
Running back
RB
2,
25,
20.
20. Yeah, maybe in there somewhere
So
at
hold
best.
on. Where are your 49ers against the run? Against running backs? Let's pull that
Uh,
up real quick. And as far
we
as I'm aware,
I think they're 4th. Oh no, that's touchdowns. They've given up the
21st.
4th most touchdowns.
21st worst. They're in the top third. Or
Yeah.
sorry, bottom third.
But my Cincinnati line is, kind of banged up as well too. So we'll see. So again, it is what it is.
They're not missing anybody on their O-line right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just noticed that too, Dustin.
What's going on with this week? I don't know what's going on with me.
You hate Mixon. I've been the Mixon truther throughout this whole season. I've been the one pounding
It's just
the
that
drum.
all right, actually, I have him as RB6 right now if he plays.
As you should. I have no choice but to put him there because I had to be stupid and not put my rankings in on time.
There it is.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah.
either way, I like Mixon and/or P. Ryan, whoever ends up being the one that plays. I agree with Ivan. T. Higgins is a top option in my opinion. He's been getting the volume. He's been seeing more. You see Chase kind of slowly, just slowly declining. But I still would play, choice. I don't even mind playing Boyd. He's a low end flex in my opinion. He still does well. He still gets targets. They use all 3 wide receivers, and they're going to probably be either playing from behind or they're going to be just trying to keep up. So I think that is not a bad option either way. Niners, if Samuel plays, I'm playing him. Ayuk, I wouldn't mind playing him either, but we did have that discussion a few minutes ago about Ayuk. It's tough. Like, it's a tough scenario. If you have to, you have to. Tight ends, you're of course playing Kittle, and
For
I'm
real,
not
Dim
touching
boys.
CJ. Huh?
No, I was just agreeing with Dim Boys. I don't know what's going on here. Got to test my water or something. I don't know what's going on.
It's so weird, man. I
Weird
just
show.
don't get it.
Weird show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So either way, yeah, I'm not touching CJ Uzama. So
all right. Well,
yeah.
there it is. I don't have too much to add on there. The only thing is just going back to that running back situation. Yeah, besides the Go Niners, I'll hit it with that, of course. But Debo, look for him to be in that backfield again. We saw it in his previous 2 games that he played prior to, this injury with Mitchell. So I think we see an even bigger role for him back there. Again, assuming he is healthy, they may want to limit his snaps coming off this groin. Maybe they use him more as a decoy out there. Maybe that does open things up for Ayuk. So just kind of keep that perspective on it as well. And who knows? Maybe we see a little Trey Lance in this game as well, just as another little running option as well too. I don't think he's start worthy, but more so just from a fan and just football aspect, not so much fantasy football. Possibly we see him out there. We'll see. We haven't really seen that package lately, so if there is a time to bring it out, maybe it's now. So that's that. What do we got in here? You want to get into season's question here?
I've been
Go
looking
ahead.
it up.
Go ahead, read it off.
Yeah, who should I pick up? I need a running back this week. Ty Johnson, Alex Collins, Rex Burkhead, Devin Singletary, or Amir Abdullah. I'm gonna have to go Alex Collins here. Yeah. Texans are 29th against the running back.
God.
It's
So
a
kind of,
it's a horrible group of guys, but I'm gonna go him because of
I
the matchup.
assume if you have all those guys on your bench, there's nobody else out there.
Yeah.
But
Like
that's
Singletary
brutal.
going against the best defense against the run. The Burkhead, I just don't like. Amir Abdullah isn't horrible, but going against
Yeah.
Atlanta isn't, Atlanta's actually pretty decent against the run. What are they? They are where are they? Oh, well, they're 23rd, but I rather have the Texans. They lost Zach Cunningham. I just like it better.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
Um, I might just take my shot with Singletary there. I mean, I know it's tough to run against that Bucks
I wouldn't.
defense, but maybe he gets a chance to score.
Unless Via Veda's out.
Maybe he, throws it. I mean, they're not going to run Singletary up the middle anyway. If Tampa Bay is vulnerable anywhere, it is a little bit on the edge. If you can get there. Um, the biggest thing is Josh Allen willing to dump it off to Singletary versus, taking it off and running.
No, he'll dump
So
it to
again,
Breida.
yeah, so I really don't like those other options, but to me, Singletary's in the best offense, which to me gives you the best chance to score a touchdown as far as
Mm.
putting points on the board. Maybe Ty Johnson, but
No, not
I think
against Saints.
yeah, I'm just opportunity wise, that's kind of it. Collins is like in a three-way split. Who knows if he's going to get touches?
Oh, I agree, but he
Amir
gets more
Abdullah,
touches than him.
maybe he's the passing option there in Carolina, but again, what's that over under like 40 points? I mean, you're not expecting much scoring in that one. Yeah, to me, I go Singletary, but it's gross all around.
Oh
Excuse me.
yeah, it's definitely gross. I'm just trying to let me see who we looking for. Alex Collins. Let me just take a look real quick at their snap count. I mean, he was out last week, so you can't count those numbers. Back in he was back in week 12. He was only out there 19 times. They actually ran DJ Dallas more. The week before that, they split more, and then he kind of ran the load with Travis Homer. So it's hard to tell. They have a weird backfield, but I just like Alex Collins a tad more.
He also has Pollard, but he's dealing with that
No,
torn
you're not using
plantar
Pollard.
fascia, so
Yeah.
you can't use him as well. So again, I'm Singletary, Mike's leaning,
Yeah.
Collins. Ivan said he's fading Collins. I'm there with you. We have Caden here. What's up, Caden? I don't know if I've seen you here before.
No, I haven't.
So if you can, if we hopefully answer your question here to your liking, we'd love for that support. Hit that subscribe button for us, and while you're at it, hit the like button. We'd help us grow. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers here, so we'd really appreciate that. So Caden says Cam Newton or Joe Burrow. He's kind of worried about Joe's finger, and Cam's playing against Atlanta. Um, I'll just take my quick answer. I'm taking Joe Burrow here for sure.
Yeah.
That pinky is not going to bother him that bad, and
No.
you could have that pinky taped to the ring finger, and he's still going to throw a better ball than Cam Newton can
Oh
with
my God.
completely healthy. So
Yeah, we won't get back into that Cam argument, but yeah,
yeah,
Joe Burrow.
we're in
I
easy agreement
understand
there.
Cam's floor playing Atlanta, but I prefer Joe Burrow over him in general.
Yeah,
It's
and don't get me wrong. I mean, I have Cam. As we talked about when we
yeah,
covered that game, I do have Cam at 14, but I do have Joe Burrow, at
what, a
12.
12? Yeah.
So again, it's not that big of a difference, but again, it is that rushing upside. And again, I'm assuming 6 point per passing touchdowns as well. If it
Oh
is 6 point, maybe
no,
that might
it's
do it, but
no.
I still go Joe Burrow to me.
Yeah.
And I think like somebody else in here said, um, let's see. Sean said there's a possibility Cam gets benched. I'd go Burrow. So
That too.
not only that, they're also talking about PJ Walker coming in and maybe at least having a little package as well too.
Yep.
So again, that's just opportunities, off his plate. So give me the guy that is gonna be in there throwing the ball, and has fantastic targets to throw to as well.
I agree.
So there you go. So Caden says, "Nah, I'm new," and sure, bro. So hey, new subscriber, we appreciate it. Thank you very much for that. We're here
I know.
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Catch us during the off season, as you see up on the top here. It says home of the Friday night mocks. So during the off season, we run mock drafts every Friday night. So we'd love to have you come out and be part of the Get Right community. So thanks for subscribing. So last question here, and then well, not last question for the night, but last question before we get into our next breakdown. Sean saying in a keeper league, Calvin Ridley or Michael Thomas. Um,
Oh,
I'll take Michael Thomas, assuming they're going to make a better, you know,
no, he'll be
decision
gone
at
next year.
quarterback there. Was he
No,
on a contract year this year?
he's
Okay.
gone.
Okay. Talent wise, I'll go him. Calvin Ridley may not, play again. At least, Michael Thomas was
Not
injury
right now.
related. So he'll come back. So I'm saying Michael Thomas there. With what we know now, obviously you have a long time before you need to
Yeah.
decide on that. So again, come join us during the off season, and we'll definitely get into those kind of breakdowns. So
Yeah, I
sure,
started forgetting about him too.
yeah. I had him in my keeper league. I drafted him, stuck him in my IR, ended up trading him off in a package to get Godwin, which is, was huge for me. I think he got dropped in the league. I'm about to go pick him up so I can still keep him here at the end of the year. So I actually got to do that here really quick. Let's see. See, we're playing as we're producing. We're
Oh,
playing
we
too.
do this. We do this all the time.
This is how it happens. So let's get into this next game here, and then I can do that move that I was talking about. So I'll lead you into it, so I can go do that.
Yeah.
So the next game we have here, Buffalo at Tampa Bay. We have Tampa Bay favored by 3.5, a 53.5 point over under. Probably the best game of the week. This is the one I'm most excited to watch. Should be a very fun shootout. Two good defenses and two good offenses. So we'll see which way is going to break. Who's going to come up with timely stops. It'll probably be like a bend but don't break, kind of thing. Who's going to make the mistake? Who's going to get the turnovers? Are they going to match each other point for point? It could come, there's so many different possibilities when this game could come out. That's what makes it exciting to me. A lot of good fantasy relevant players in this game. So break it down, Mike. Tell us about them.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably one of the biggest matchups of the weekend. I really think that this should have been flexed to the 8 o'clock game, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Buffalo's coming off a loss to the Patriots, which we all watched and enjoyed. Just being able to see Mac Jones only throw 3 times for that many yards and win, ridiculous. Bucks are coming off a huge win against the Falcons. The Bucks and the Bills, they don't really have any notable options, many notable options that are going to be out in this game. You're definitely playing both, Josh Allen and Tom Brady. I honestly think this is going to be a huge passing game for both teams. I think they're just going to exploit each other's, weakness, which in this case is more the passing game than it is the run game. I mean, they're both good at stopping the run. So I think they're just going to go 50 apiece and just pass it all around with a little bit of running in there. I'm playing Leonard Fournette. I mean, he's been used in the passing game. I can't trust Devin Singletary, but I think I might play Matt Breida just because I think that they'll dump it a little more than you think. And Singletary, they don't use him in that way. You've been seeing it. I might even play Zach Moss a little bit more over Singletary just because of the concept of being used in the passing game. So we'll see. I think either way that they're low end, flex options in any shape, way, or form.
I hope one's inactive. I just had to throw that in there.
No,
It's
I
much better
agree.
when
If
one of
one's
them is
inactive,
inactive.
yeah, agreed. And we'll see, closer to game time. I'm playing Diggs. I'm playing Beasley. I'm playing Gabriel Davis, like you were mentioning, like as a really, really low end option, but he's still a good option. I really do like Gabriel Davis. I drafted him, at the beginning of the year, hoping he'd do well. Emmanuel Sanders isn't a bad option as well. They're going to just be passing it all over the yard. So I'm playing all their passing options, Dawson Knox, anyone that I can that I have. Same thing with Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, Godwin, Gronk, all three of those guys, I have no problem playing. So load them up. This is the second highest, over under of the week.
Mhm.
Or is it the highest? No, it's the
I think it's the
highest.
highest. Yeah, this is the highest.
So load them up and it will be a disappointment. So anytime they say to
Usually
load
it
them
is.
up, it's always a disappointment because defense always takes over. So I remember them saying that for the Cowboys and the Chiefs, and it was like, you didn't want to play
nine
anybody
to
that
like
day.
15 or whatever that
Oh, it
score
was
was.
ridiculous.
Something nasty. Yeah.
So it's probably going to be like that game, like just the way that, life is and the way
Mhm.
football is. So, it is what it is. But I would probably, I'm loading everybody up. It don't matter. Just play them all.
There it is. I said what I had to say in the beginning. The only thing I want to add on that is like you said, I like that Gabe Davis play in
Oh,
DFS
yeah.
this week. Again, just kind of like how he was getting some of the targets, where he was getting those targets, those red zone targets when they're running that little clear out underneath. In that 20-yard kind of area, in that red zone. I just think he has a good potential chance for a touchdown this week. So, we'll see what happens. I have him actually over Sanders. I have him over Bateman. I have him over AJ Green. I have him over Sterling Shepard. I have him over Robbie Anderson this week. So
Interesting.
again, those are some of the guys, Traquan, Galladay. I have him over all those guys this week. So kind of liking Gabe Davis. I mean, he's still down here at, 42. So it's not like I'm saying he's, anything crazy or anything like
No,
that.
he's still a great option, though.
But 3 wide receiver leagues, multiple flex leagues. He's a guy I'd like to, try to find a way in the lineup.
Nice.
All right. So we'll move on to the next one here. Or we got a quick question here from them boys. Hooper, Komet, Moreau, or Seals Jones this week.
Seals
Um,
Jones.
I'll just rank them this way for me: Seals Jones, Moreau, Hooper, Komet.
Yep. I
Is
agree
how
with
I
that.
would go there.
Yep.
So that's that. And so let's get into the next game we have
Oh, they're
here,
not going to
and we're
click.
almost done. Hopefully, we can finish up here in the next 10 minutes or so, and call it a night.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
great.
let's do it. So this is our Sunday night game of the week. We have the Chicago Bears at the Frozen Tundra, Green Bay Packers. We have the Packers favored by 12.5, 43-point over under. And again, with a 12.5 point little cushion there, they're assuming most of that's going to be done on the Green Bay side of things. So is this a big Javonte game? Is this a big Rodgers game? My biggest question is, hey, we had to mention there. I like it. I was wondering if we could sneak that back into the show somehow.
I was trying.
That was good. I like it. I appreciate that. So yeah, man. So where we at? I really want to hear your thoughts on this backfield. Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon. Where are we at? Who's the number 1A? Who's 1B?
Oof.
Who's gonna get those goal line touches? Is Aaron Jones the wide receiver 2 and AJ Dillon the RB1? I mean, what's going on? We're really starting to
Honestly,
see positionless football. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be a real thing. You've heard it here first.
honestly, I kind of like the way that you just put that. Him being more like the wide receiver too, and the Dylan being, their RB1 type thing. Like, honestly, I can see that. And I don't know what it's going to be like in, Green Bay right now. I mean, if it's a really cruddy game, I mean, you can see Dylan all day running the ball. I mean, they're both healthy. They're both coming off a bye. So it's one of those things where it's going to be hard to tell how they're going to use him. So I get that. I mean, right now, injuries wise, you have Andy Dalton, who's going to be listed as doubtful. So this is crazy because they keep switching back and forth from
Well, no,
Dalton to Fields.
Fields is starting. They announced it
Oh,
early.
they
They said
announced Fields.
yeah,
Okay,
it's Fields. He's
so
the starter.
doesn't
They
matter.
said he's starting. Yeah, they're done with Dalton.
And
Yeah.
then, you got David Montgomery, who's been playing banged up. He had 3 injuries on the injury report, but he's practicing. He's fine. He'll be
Mhm.
out there.
No
Yeah.
designation.
Yeah, no,
Started
I
the week
know,
off with
which is
3, now
so weird.
0. Don't
Ridiculous.
understand it. Don't understand it.
I'm playing him. It is what it is. I'm playing Aaron Rodgers. Oh, and also for those who give a crap, Randall Cobb is out. I don't think anyone cares. Okay. So I'm playing I'm playing
Crickets.
Aaron
Yeah, go
Rodgers.
ahead.
I'm definitely playing Aaron Jones and David Montgomery. I also feel comfortable playing, Dylan in a flex play. If you're so short at running back, he might not be a bad option in this particular matchup. I wish we had the whole thing of Aaron Rodgers saying that, and this is going to be a huge topic game time where they're going to say that he basically owns them. Like, he beats them every year, does well. It doesn't matter. His stats are always better against the Bears. Okay, so play your Packers. Like, he's going to put up 40 points like he did last time. So I'm fine with, Adams, of course. I'm loving, Darnell Mooney. I think he actually will do okay with Fields because him and Fields have that Cooper Kupp Stafford connection where, they were talking about it in the broadcast where, Darnell Mooney would stay late with Fields and go over routes with him and, run them with him. So I like him a lot. Tight end, I'm not picking anyone from the Packers, just not worth my time. Bears, maybe Jimmy Graham. He's had a touchdown the last few
last
weeks,
2
man.
games, yeah.
Yeah, so,
And that's why I'm hesitant on Komet,
Yeah, I mean, Komet's not horrible, but he's been kind of going downhill. So, honestly, it is what it is.
But
I
again,
wouldn't
it's a
take much.
change,
Yeah,
Justin Fields is coming back, so
yeah.
we'll see. Fields had that one game, 291 yards, and then, which one are we getting? Are we getting that guy or are we
Oh,
getting,
yeah, for sure.
someone else? So, he's shown flashes here and there. Let's see, with him back healthy. Let's see, man. I think, there's some opportunity there for the future, but, most likely probably not helping you in your fantasy this year.
Oh, agreed.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So other than that, I have Aaron Jones and David Montgomery on one of my teams. I also have Elijah Mitchell, Javonte Williams, and Saquon. So those are the 5 running backs I'm trying to decide, which 2 to start. Last week I left 40 points. 2 of my running backs scored 20
Oof.
on my bench.
Oof.
The one of them I played, also scored 26, and then the other one scored 14.
So, if you ever want to know who to play, just ask Anthony, and he will tell you who's on the bench and play those
Play
guys.
that guys, yeah. So hashtag Roster Reaper for all of you guys out there that don't know.
I started that tag. I
Let's
love
do
it.
it, man. Exactly. So let's do it, man. We might get it right under this 2:30 mark, and
Let's do
we
it.
can call it a night. I know you're yawning; it's getting late over
Oh, I'm
here.
getting tired.
So let's finish strong, man. We have the Los Angeles Rams at the Arizona Cardinals. We have the Cardinals favored by 2.5, 51.5 point over under. Probably the second best game we're going to get, hopefully, this week. It comes on Monday night. Lot, kind of going on here as well, too, with these 2 teams. Division game. Break it down. Tell us where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are coming off huge wins. Rams are coming off just a beating against the beating up the Jags, and the Cardinals are coming up, going to Soldier Field and beating the Bears in their own type of environment. I think I read something about Kyle Murray has never played in like below 30 or something, or below 40 degrees or something like that. And okay, well, he ended up doing well. Cooper Kupp came up on the injury report this week, but he looks like he'll be good to go. Darrell Henderson is still limited with the thigh injury. We've been talking about it all, throughout the show. It's like we said what happened last week. He was active and didn't play one snap. So it's to the point where you got to kind of, weigh your options. If you have Darrell Henderson, you should have Sony Michel. It's kind of like the mixing with P. Ryan and, Alexander Madison and, with Dalvin Cook. So you want to make sure you have him as a backup if you feel like Henderson is going to be your guy, because we won't know until tomorrow what the injury designations will be. More than likely he'll be questionable, but it doesn't mean he's going to play. And if he does play, it doesn't mean how long, how much he will play.
Mm-hmm.
So Michelle is a solid option regardless. I think he's not a bad flex option if you need somebody that, if you're really short and you need a running back, and maybe even if he's sprinkled in there with Henderson, I think he can still do okay. If memory serves me right, I don't think Arizona's one of the better teams against the run. I think they are. Where are they? They are. Well, they're they're about 10th against the run, which isn't horrible, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind playing one of those 2 if needed. Right now, Chase Edmonds, it looks like he's getting close to being eligible to return, so he could be active this Saturday. We just have to wait and see. So I'm not going to say start him or do anything with him yet. But if he is active, he might be available to play. Rams are actually one of the worst teams against the run. I think they were. Where are they? They're 12th.
Who, the
So
Rams?
they were.
I show 20th in PPR.
Yeah, they were pretty bad at one point. And I think they've gotten a little bit better, but they've been playing crappier teams against the run. So maybe that's part of why they're moving around a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see for that. For quarterbacks, I'm starting both guys. Stafford, Murray, don't matter. You're going to start them every week. Running backs, I'm starting James Conner. He's been consistent. He's leading the league in touchdowns. I'm starting him. Wide receiver, I'm starting Kupp and Odell and Jefferson. I don't have any problem starting any of those three. Go for it. Stafford's been making them all viable. Go for it. Arizona, DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Christian Kirk. I'm okay with playing all three of them too. This is the second highest over under. Why not? Throw them all in. Tight end, I'm starting
Someone's
Higbee.
going to get a piece of it.
Yeah, someone's going to get something.
And hopefully it's not James Conner.
It's going to be all James Conner.
Conner
and then tight end, I mean, starting both Higbee and Ertz. I mean, honestly, Higbee came back last week. Like, it was great to see. What did he have? Like 9 targets last week, or 7 targets and 6 catches or something like that. Like he did. Like, he was good enough that the people that dropped him, people picked him up. He's worth a pickup in my opinion. If he's been dropped, like I dropped him in my one league finally, but I still have him in another. Like I can't let go of him. Like I can't hold on loosely. Like he's just he's just my guy, man.
He's
like,
one of those guys.
He was 6 for 5. Guys. That's what he was. 6 for 5 for 48. That's not bad. So I don't know. And he's going against he's going against Buddha or Jalen Thompson. So I mean, it's a good matchup for Arizona against the tight end. So it's a little tough to trust, but we'll see. This is a tough question. Oh my God. FF season, Jesus.
Nah, Brady, and don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Easily.
Even with Taysom against the Jets, you would still think about playing Brady.
I have Brady at 5 overall this week. I could probably squeeze him in.
Okay, rankings aside, player. Worry about the player. Would you player and matchup? Who
You're talking about the GOAT versus a guy that threw 4 picks last week
and still finished the day with 20 some odd points.
Yeah. Brady finished the first quarter throwing the ball 20 times. I'll take Brady.
Yeah, throwing it 20 times. And did he have 20 points in the first quarter?
I don't know.
Yeah. Just saying.
I don't have any shares of Brady, but I'd be.
I don't mind Taysom. Taysom has the solid floor. Brady has the boom. So it's one of those things where if you need a solid floor, play Taysom. If you want,
I am not resting my fantasy at anything. My playoff chances.
If you're trying to clinch, then I do it. But it is what it is.
I'm not doing it. I can't. Like, I would be so sick to my stomach.
I already told you I have the same problem
with Taysom Hill when I had Tom Brady, who got me here all year long. To start a guy who scored 30 points last week. Get out of here with that. There's no way in my right mind I could tell somebody to do that. You live and die with Tom Brady. You live or die with that guy. And it's Tom Brady. Yeah, but I mean, we're talking fantasy here, so it's like
you got to do it.
Come on now.
Just hurts.
If he had a Cowboy jersey on, you'd probably have no problem firing him up in your lineup. I'm just saying. FFC's insane. Also pick 2 full PPR: Chuba Hubbard, Devonta Foreman, Sony Michel, and Jeff Wilson. I like Michelle and Wilson there out of those options.
Ew, really?
Yeah.
I like Chuba and Michelle if I'm going to go any of the two.
Chuba's he's getting all the touches between the 30s. Those are just low quality options.
With Cam Newton. I think that they've had the bye week to figure out what they're going to do.
And when he gets in there, Cam Newton's when they run that read option, he's never going to hand the ball off on the goal line. He'll get tackled 4 times before he hands the ball off. He wants to score. He wants to do his little Superman dance, run to the center of the field and slam the ball down. And and do all that shenanigans. So
Is he back?
give me Sony Michel, who just came off a 26-point game or more, and give me Jeff Wilson. As long as that knee holds together, you'll be good. 20
But
20 touches.
key term in there.
Yeah, those other guys aren't going to do any points staying healthy. If Jeff Wilson stays healthy, those two easily have the best chances.
Them boys saw it.
Yeah. So, oh, that's on Mike. Oh, there it is.
1.5.
Okay, 1.5. There it is. I didn't even catch it. So good job, them boys. I didn't even hear it. I was all ranting on him right now because he was trying to speak this blasphemy between Tom Brady and starting Chuba over Michelle or Wilson. You can do your rankings, Mike. You're killing me here. No, I'm just kidding.
I might have to do them because I have a very long day tomorrow, and like I'm gonna be busy from like most of my evening. So it's gonna be, I have to get it done.
Nice. And Chef Boyard Dottie in here. What's up, man? Not gonna lie, I'm so glad he asked because I wanted to ask the same question, but I didn't want to get clowned.
We're the ones that were gonna be clowned in this.
Yeah, I was like, we don't clown you guys. We're gonna I clown Mike and Michael clown me, but we don't clown you guys for asking the questions.
Well, maybe it's based on where it is.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's what happened. You hit me with the finger. It still counts. Okay. See, good thing I got. See, good thing I got them boys watching out for me. See,
he's giving you
go back and check the camera.
But he's giving you crap because of the concept that you were talking about, that you hear it and not see it.
Oh,
because of the premium.
There we go. Oh, see, exactly.
I have premium.
Right. See, yeah. Look, I know. I wish they paid us for it, but if you don't have if you don't have YouTube Premium, it's the best $11.99 I spend.
Oh, I use it all the time. I love it.
Yeah, it's the best $11.99 you could spend. Forget all those ads, man. It's outrageous. Anyway,
yeah,
he's living there, and then they were there. Okay, yeah, exactly. Okay,
no, you're good.
All right, so we're all caught up. All right, so are we done? Is that it? Is that the show?
It. We literally
we're done. I thought we had like one more game to go, but that's it, man.
Yeah.
So week 14, man, in the books. Friday night in the books. Saturday morning to you. I have work in the morning this Saturday. So we're gonna definitely get off. But we appreciate everyone for coming out here. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you to the old subscribers, everyone who comes out and supports the channel, man. We couldn't do this without you. We do appreciate it. Remember to check out our website, getrightff.com. We have articles up there every week from Andrew. Of course, you'll get our content, our rankings that are going to be up there as well. And as we continue to grow, we'll keep adding more resources and tools to the website. So be sure to check that out. Again, hit the description. Make sure you're part of that sleeper community. Post your questions and everything on there. You'll also get additional perks, injury news updates. Make sure you have the alerts turned on so that you can be part of it.
Or
off. You can choose which ones. And we got a fantasy boardroom in the house. What's up, man?
A little late there, bro.
I know. I even sent them the link and everything. I said, come join us if you can. But you know how it is. He's has the lady duties. So hopefully you handled the things at home, and glad you can pop on with us here, even though we're signing off. So shout out to the fantasy boardroom. For those of you guys that are in here, make sure you hit that search bar, search the fantasy boardroom, join Tycoon, big friend of the show here. We try to get him on in collab when we can, but definitely go check him out. Turn those notifications on. Them boys calling him out for sneaking in at the end. So AKA in the house. So yeah, man. So other than that, we're gonna call it a night here. Again, we really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody saying thanks and good luck. We really appreciate it, man. This is a fun show we get to do here on Friday night. Yep, see, he just got freed up now. So yeah, man. So we enjoy doing this for you guys. We will be back here though on Sunday morning.
Yes, sir.
At 8 a.m. our time. I believe that's like 13 o'clock.
11 o'clock Eastern.
Whatever it is, man. Figure it out. Do the calculation.
I'll be there.
8 a.m.
I might be a little hungover, but I'll be there.
That's the best way to be, man. We'll get at it. We'll get those lineups dialed in, get them right before kickoff. So make sure you tune in then. For a lot of these injury things, these Sony Michel decisions, things like that, we will have more up-to-date information that morning and can help you then. So make sure you have that notifications on, tuned in, hit that subscribe button for us. tell a friend, man. Let's do it. Help us get to 300. We'll be giving out some more swag then, and we'll go from there. So Dustin's still here with us, man. LOL, 13 o'clock. That's how it is, man. It's weird times over there on the East Coast, man. I don't get it. All
I'll
right,
be
man.
awake.
He'll be there. All right, guys. Well, for myself, for Classic, for Dustin, for Frank, we just want to say thank you guys again. Good luck to everyone out there. Again, unless you're playing me, then I hope it's not as great. But again, let's bring it home, man. Hopefully, you guys can win, get in, and we'll see you here Sunday. And then we want to hear it about again on Monday. So have a good night, guys. We're out.